Hi, Smiley Squad. So, I'm hoping that audio is all good. I've kind of done a little bit of a redo. Hi! Hello! Hi, Kevon. Hi, Sir Pip. Hi, Medi. Is it Cosmosas? Cosmoses? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Hello, welcome in. Hi, Harpy. No, I haven't gotten him yet. I'm gonna scream. I'm going to scream. Do you guys know how many wishes I've done? On TikTok, it cut it off, and I'm really mad about it. I'm going to riot. I'm going to. I have done 97 wishes. I still have yet to have my Silas come home. Lucky. Lucky. I got lucky with his last memory. This one. I got real lucky with that one. I even got the fancier robe because of it. My music's not too loud or anything, right, chat? You started after that event? I just hope that, like... I really want... Hi. We're gonna have a little... I'm gonna show you guys everything I own in this game. You're gonna have to turn your brightness down. My music's like, no, I don't want to turn down. So, these are all my Zane memories that I own. Oh yeah, I forgot, Kevon, you did just say that, didn't you, in Discord? I hope you feel better soon. Here, I can adjust a little bit. Let's see. What's it gonna look like in here if I turn my lights off? How's that? Is it a little bit better? I can't turn them all down, but I can maybe do a little bit of a revamp. That's pretty close to how it normally looks in here. So I have all of these Zane memories. I've done both of his Bond memories. And I have Tower of Secrets. But I didn't get Snow's Embrace. I'm still mad about this. I think I'm gonna be mad about this until... who knows when. Who knows? I really wanted this memory. Well, this myth, I should say, because it's his myth. And he didn't come home. Purple. Yes. We loves purple. And then I have every Silas except the new one. And then I've done Midnight Stealth. And then I've also done the Captivating one. He is. He is. Zane's a cutie patootie. I loves him. The no defense zone, yes. And then... all my Xaviers. Xavier does not like to come home for me. At all. At this point, I've given up. I've done the Plushy Go-Go and A Night of Warmth, though. And once again, I'm still mad. I wanted Lumiere so bad. He also didn't come home. I'm a Lumiere stan. And then I've got Ebb and Flow completed. I've got Nightly Stroll completed. These are all my Raphael memories that I have. Except I don't think Jim Affection's coming home. We've got 5 days, chat. I didn't get Whispers. I'm still upset about that, too. And then I have Forgotten Sea, that I have Sea of Golden Sand, but I only got one of the cards for that one, so I can't finish. Can't finish this one. This is the one I can't finish. I could finish the other one, but it just, you have to level them up to unlock more of the story, and I haven't been working on that. Because Silas has consumed my life. In the best way possible. I loves my Silas. I loves him a whole lot. Okay. We were still on long-awaited Reverie. I'm pretty sure we're at the first part of the second part. Does anybody remember for sure, chat? I think we left off with the little girl. I don't remember. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Okay, I'm right. I'm right. I got this.
Auntie, an outsider, I mean, a lady is here to buy something.
Under the dim yellow light, a young woman is hunched over behind the bar. Bored, she's fiddling with some cards. In the center of the graffiti-covered wall is the establishment's somewhat gaudy name, Asylum?
What do you want?
I wish that we could see this NPC lady. I bet she's gorgeous. I just have a feeling. A list of people who are attending Anakinus' Protocore auction and a map of the venue. How much? The woman turns around, looks at me up and down with interest, then makes a gesture.
50,000.
That's a lot. Just for 2 pieces of intel? She wags her finger.
50,000 per word.
Damn.
Since you're new and pretty, I'll give you a
5%. Or the audio's doing the thing again. 5% discount. What do you think? You're so generous. There's a useful card in my pocket next to that so-called family crest, but I'm worried that using that card could cause trouble. Seeing my hesitation, she shrugs and opens a door. Loud chatter mixed with the sound of rolling dice, spinning roulettes, and card shufflers fills the air.
You also going to Solon Hotel tomorrow? Do you have an auction invitation?
Doesn't matter if I get one or not. For something as big as this, you gotta try and get a piece of the pie, right? I heard there's going to be a treasure. If you manage to get it, you could easily sell it for hundreds of thousands.
Do you want to go? Then ask Silas. I heard if you give him what he wants.
Only if I can find Silas and Anakinus.
I know where Silas is.
Haven't you heard? While he was away, big changes happened in
I
the
know where
ranks.
he is. How do you not know where he is? That explains why it seemed like no one lived in that house for a really long time. My ears prick up, but then the door creaks as it's shut.
Did you hear them? Now you understand why these 2 pieces of intel are expensive. And since it's about one of the N109 zone's big shots, of course it's going to cost you.
What if I want information about Anakinus? She freezes for a second, then leans in to whisper in my ear.
Missy, don't pry into things you shouldn't know. I still got business to take care of.
Silas hasn't been around for a really long time. You think he really went missing?
Maybe he's dead. Did you see how arrogant Sherman's punks have been lately? If Silas was with Anakinus, they wouldn't even dare to be bold.
The spinning roulette rumbles like a rainstorm, and soon enough the sound is drowned out by cheers and screams. I hide in the shadow of a fiddle leaf fig, holding a stack of casino chips and pretending to watch the fun unfold. Meanwhile, I eavesdrop on the conversations around me. It seems Anakinus's recent troubles aren't fully related to the Protocore auction. But Silas disappeared? Isn't he alive and running around? Recalling Silas's pompous, contemptuous face, I chuckle to myself. If he died, he'd drag the entire N109 zone to hell with him. That's just how he is.
Miss, I have a flower. It's for you.
Oh, a flower. I look up. The girl who led me to this place is leaning against the poker table on her tiptoes. She holds a black flower. Thank you. Did you grow up here? Does everyone know Silas?
Yeah, he's a monster with huge wings that never dies. And he has horns. If I don't listen to Auntie, Silas will find me and feed me to his man-eating birdie.
Is she talking about the crow? Everyone is afraid of Silas, yet they keep trying to make deals with him. Not to mention he took the initiative to propose a deal with me. Maybe my evil can be used as a valuable tool against him. Why would we want to do that? Suddenly several gunshots ring out, piercing my eardrums. Everyone looks up at the entrance.
We got a party tonight.
Bang, the door with broken bolts falls over and a pair of leather boots steps on over it.
Don't be nervous. Anakinus's important guest got lost. I'd like to ask everyone to cooperate with our search.
No. A person wearing sunglasses walks in. He is flanked by half a dozen gun-toting men, dressed in black. The sound of the guns being loaded with bullets can be heard.
Shut the door and search the room. Everyone's about to be entertained.
I don't want to be entertained. Not by that. That sounds scary, dude. Gunfire and the sound of tables and chairs getting knocked over intermingle with the N109 zone slang I don't understand. In the hidden utility room, I hug the little girl tightly as I look out the secret window that's facing the lobby.
There are so many people. Today's a good day for business.
Do you have a death wish? Hide and don't talk. The floor is The floor is soaked in blood, and the mice hiding under the floorboards scamper away in fear. Whistling, the man casually strolls over to the bar, rings the bell, and shoves a photo in front of the shopkeeper.
I suggest you bring out our guest. Mr. Sherman's not going to sit around and leave her unattended.
Isn't Silas the leader of Anakinus? Who's Mr. Sherman?
I'm sorry she's not here. I'd remember a pretty face if she actually showed up.
gonna keep your mouth shut. Fine.
He turns around to face his comrades. His broken, wire-bound jaw opens as he lets out a hoarse cackle.
Pry open their mouths one at a time. Someone will spill the beans sooner or later.
Missy, they're looking for you, right?
I don't know, probably. The secret window is blocked off and the woman's voice drifts softly through a gap. Are you going to hand me over to them? I try to sound calm as I tightly clutch the tranquilizer in my sleeve. I have yet to test the thing Xavier claims could paralyze an elephant, but there aren't any zoos in the N109 zone.
Anyone who's Anakainis' target is valuable. I can get a better price if I find the right person. Stay where you are. I don't want to hand you over like this.
How about you just don't hand me over at all? How about that? That sounds great. Mephisto! Suddenly a crow soars in and dives towards the search party's leader. Its razor-sharp wings aimed at him. Okay, Kevon. Have a good night. Sleep well. Now, I roll and crawl out of the utility room. As I try to sneak away quietly, someone yanks my collar. It's Silas. I turn around and aim my gun. I see a familiar face in the shadows, his chin slightly raised.
So when someone saves you, do you always point your gun at them to express your gratitude?
Maybe. Maybe a little bit. Maybe. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Several bullets graze him only to dissipate into dust. The people who fired the shots are strangled by something. They slump to the ground, dead. Remembering the rumors I heard before, as well as this Mr. Sherman, I'm quiet as I look around. Your underlings aren't exactly obedient. Before my mockery, Silas's mouth twitches, as if he wants to say something, but in the end he just purses his lips.
Focus on yourself first.
I am very focused on myself. Thank you very much. Hearing Silas's voice, the search party leaders suddenly panics. A cloud of energy particles gathers around him. Several wanderers quickly materialize, roaring. They rush straight for us. Are they calling for backup because they can't win? How is this not cheating? It is. It is. Where? Is my mic not working with this? Just chat. Are the captions showing up on stream? I might have a problem. Oh, no. Never mind. It's working now. We're good. Sorry. Did I read that? Silas grabs my wrist and holds me in his arms. He slides his finger over the trigger of my gun, aiming the weapon at the figure in the center of the room.
Do you expect people from the N109 zone to be nice and polite?
No, not really. Not at all. Actually, I kind of think they're all gonna be scary. The room is a complete mess with broken objects and overturned tables and chairs strewn about. Wanderers kept appearing one after another. I fall back to the window and think about how likely we can make a run for it. We can't wipe them out. Our only option is to retreat.
Do you really believe retreat is a word in my dictionary?
No. While I'm anxious and tired, Silas is infuriatingly calm and smug. Oh, so you like being a freeloader, Mr. Silas. Didn't you see me fighting for my life earlier?
Since when was I required to investigate the files the Hunter Association had on you? Consider this training practice. Get ready.
Silas ignores my protest and aims my gun at the switchbox on the wall.
You won't get any help.
Wow, that's just great. It's good to know. A gun is fired and the lights go out. Silas quickly vanishes, realizing I've been left behind again. Colorful curses boil on the tip of my tongue.
Let's make a deal.
Aren't you going to leave? I can't resonate with you.
If you'd like to attend the auction tomorrow, stand your ground for 5 minutes. And should you have the audacity to die on me...
He lifts his hand and puts a communicator in my ear, then speaks in a surprisingly gentle tone.
You actually will meet your end.
Wow. Dim neon light seeps in through the cracks of the windows, illuminating the cold rain. The darkness is eerily still, freezing sound and light. I hold my breath and grip my gun more tightly. Stay calm. It's not like I haven't done a similar shooting exercise before. I hear heavy footsteps as something approaches. It sounds like a monster trampling on the ground.
You're breathing too loudly.
So you're in the comms channel.
I didn't turn off the lights to force you into combat. We're stalling for time.
You really are something. You didn't retreat, right? Am I just trying to buy some time for you? A crow suddenly caws outside my window. Its loud, unpleasant cry is familiar. I hear the flapping of wings and mechanical movements in the darkness. Silas laughs disdainfully.
Aim at Mephisto.
Why would I do... Who? Who? Not my closed captions thinking I said poop. Cool. That's cool. That's great.
The Crow. He's trying to help you.
I aim my gun at Mephisto's red eyes. Sure enough, as I fire, I hear wanderers dissipate one after another. Strange. It doesn't seem like the number of enemies is decreasing. Silas, if they can't clone themselves like bacteria, they're usually immortal like you. Silas. There's no response. It's as if our call was suddenly cut off. Did something happen to him? But right now I have no time to wonder if he's safe or not. There are still figures in the darkness that are heading straight for me. Desperate, I shoot the wine barrels that decorate the ceiling. A cascade of alcohol rains down. I know. It's a lot. And we're not even done yet. We have like another, I think, 3 chapters after we finish this one. We'll be done with Silas's, and then we unlock Zane's. I'm excited. My bullets instantly set them aflame. Set fire. Okay. Then I hear the crackling of something burning. Yet the figures don't cry out. They don't even stop for a second. Amidst the blue firelight, I see their faces. Under the corroded, crystallized skin, they seem to have human faces. They resemble humans more than wanderers. Panicked, the man flees. He trips over an abandoned auto wandering around, falling into the wastewater along with his sunglasses.
Visitors are not allowed. Please obey the security measures set in place. There are still 67 days until the project's completed. We will announce the greatest discovery to the world.
He struggles as he gets up and pushes open a heavy iron door that's hidden in the corner. Amidst a pile of old rusty devices, a dark-colored stone platform lights up. After a while, the light dims, turning into a strange color. The man arches his back and lets out a hoarse, eerie laugh.
It's still here. The Flux Nexus. You're done for now.
I think you're done for, buddy. His laughter suddenly stops. Deadly black-red mist rolls in from all directions. The nightmarish shadow slowly approaches from behind. The man's eyes widen in fear, but he can't move.
Spare me, sir.
Crimson particles land in the wastewater. The air is deathly still, yet the nearby light glows brighter. Silas smiles coldly. The black-red mist flows into the Flux Nexus and is instantly blown to pieces from the inside. Instantly, the rampaging monsters fall over and curl up into a fetal position. What happened? Were they disconnected from something? The one closest to me, with a tattoo-like mark on its chest, has been burnt beyond recognition. Leaking out of its wound is a liquid that's not blood. It's more like a vicious mixture of oil and slime. These crystals look like protocores. I've seen this before. Are they humans or... The lights turn on, which surprises me. I quickly wrap a tissue around the small crystal and hide it in my sleeve. Then I stand up. Hi, Supersonic. So you just hide it in your sleeve? I wish I had fruit snacks. I ran out. Oh. I literally moved all my stuff around. Like, I'm not hiding anything. Yes, I am. There we go. Midnight Drive, thank you. Thank you for the high bear. And the, I don't know what the other thing is. I can't see it. But thank you. Thank you. Yes, I did, Supersonic. I did. Kin Page. I'm very sad. Thank you so much, Midnight Drive. Did you finish everything on your side?
Let's go.
As usual, Silas is calm. He won't be telling me what he was up to, it seems.
Thank you for your patronage. Please be careful out there.
The shopkeeper appears from who knows where, waves happily, and suddenly gives me a big hug. With one hand on my shoulder, she opens my pocket and places a small storage device in it.
You really are a special person, Missy.
I said it. Well, I don't think I said I was a special person, but Thanks. If we're gonna complain about the ads, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have to put up with it though. I don't care. Okay, back to what we were doing, chat. On this rainy night, the motorcycle zooms down the road. As soon as we return to Silas's base, he leaves me to do who knows what. Meanwhile, the crow seems to have been triggered by something. Propping up his body with one wing, he opens his beak and loudly caws at me. Artist, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so
Artist
much.
Dragon Rage just rated on Twitch.
How was your stream? I hope it was good. Did I read this part? Meanwhile, the crow seems to have been triggered by something. Propping up his body with one wing, he opens his beak and loudly caws at me. I pick up and inspect the weird crow, finally realizing what's wrong. Artist, thank you for the raid.
Hi, how are you?
You're back from the ads. You know,
Artist Dragon
chat,
Rage just
I gotta
rated
do
on
the
Twitch.
ads. Okay? Streaming's my job again. In case some of you guys have forgotten. I do this full time. So, like, I kinda need those ads.
Oi, 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 oi,
Okay?
Erwin.
Alright.
Pee pee.
Please don't complain about them. If you're going to complain about them, I'm going to ban you. I don't care. It's either you sub, you don't say anything, or you get banned. I don't care. Ugh. Did you break your wing? I guess you're not bulletproof. Poor Mephisto. Did I accidentally hit you? As if expressing his grievances, the crow screeches. It sounds like a metal spoon is being scraped against a metal bowl. Don't tell me you're upset. You're saying it's my fault then?
What happened?
Uh-oh. I turn around and see Silas walking out with a glass of wine. His gaze sweeps across my face and lands on what's in my hands. He's saying his wing is broken. He's disabled now.
You learned how to speak bird in just a few hours.
I'm just explaining the situation on his behalf. Silas takes the crow from me. My sympathetic gaze follows him. Okay, I'll admit I might have accidentally injured your pet. How should I compensate you? Compensate, that's the
His
word.
name is Mephisto. He gets very upset if you call him a pet.
Silas looks at Mephisto's broken wing and glances at me.
Did something strange happen before they attacked?
I reluctantly swallow my retort as another flame of anger is ignited. You should ask Mephisto what happened. You made him follow me around for observation.
True.
You're not going to deny it? Silas purposely leans forward, his eyes shining like rippling cold liquid.
Were you hoping I'd be flustered with how you exposed me? We're in the N109 zone, sweetie. Whether you're with me or by yourself, you can't escape my influence. Please, don't be delusional.
I'm not the only one who's delusional. Isn't a certain someone hoping I dislike him less so I can resonate with him? Despite having gone through such a big ordeal and being mocked, Silas still shows no signs of anger. He fiddles with Mephisto's broken wing and takes a sip of his drink, then places the glass in my hand. Why am I holding this stupid glass for him? As I try to put it down somewhere, Silas suddenly turns around and walks to the other side of the room and calls me over.
Hurry up.
Huh?
Bring me more wine.
Am I a bar to you?
Compared to you, a bar is more obedient.
With his long legs, he reaches the elevator in just a few steps. He turns to see I haven't caught up to him, so he beckons for me with his hand that's holding Mephisto. I love their dynamic so much. After transferring the data from the storage device, a hologram of the Solon Hotel appears. The other file is a list of the auction's attendees. It even has my fake identity and name on it. While it's not complete, it's enough for me to get a better understanding of the auction. By the way, those guys who tried to capture me back at Asylum, were they actually traders who used to work in Anakinus? They also mentioned a Mr. Sherman. Who's that?
Why are you interested in a dead person?
Next to me, Silas tosses aside Mephisto's broken parts. He gives me a blank expression. I stare back at him and remember what the workshop owner had said before.
Just 2 explosions. One in the northern suburbs and one in the Bloomshore district. And after doing those shameless things, then they want you to be their scapegoat.
And after doing those shameless things and making a mess, then they want you to be their scapegoat. If there's another faction within Anakinus, could it be the incident at Grandma's house? Be related to Sherman? They must also be after the ether core in my body. In a way, your conflict involves me. No, you left me behind on purpose as bait, didn't you? So you could clean up. I turn my head to see Silas and Mephisto exchange glances. The crow lets out a defiant wail. Doesn't matter how deep your hatred is, you cursed me enough. Get over it. Besides, it was an accident. I didn't mean to injure you. Also, you were stalking me earlier. Even if I didn't do it on purpose, you deserve it.
You can scold me directly, if you want.
Under the hazy light, Silas reveals a gentle look, completely uncharacteristic of him. I compose myself, realizing I've been unreasonably angry with him. Regardless of whether he wanted to clean up or not, those people were after me. I had to face them sooner or later. A silence settles between us. I clear my throat and try to change the topic or lighten up the mood. When we first met, you said we were the same. If I don't ask now, he might not have the patience to answer me tomorrow. You probably have an ether core inside you too. Mine is in my heart. Yours is in your eye.
Sure. Think of it like that.
My ether core doesn't seem to be any different from a normal protocore, though. It's not very useful. But that's not the case with yours. Silas stops moving his hands for a moment and looks at me with a blank expression.
It helps me see what people want the most. It exposes the desires that they refuse to admit.
So those chaotic noises and visions in my mind at the dining table were also caused by his ether core. As I think about it, I can't help but look into his eyes again. Devour. It's your... Not again. Why am I... I touch my forehead and come to my senses. His face is a breath away. With my right hand, I press down on the area around his eye. I can't tell what he's feeling. His thin eyelashes brush against my fingers. Silas doesn't break eye contact with me, as if he's looking at something hidden in the depths of my gaze.
Have you gone mad?
Maybe. He suddenly moves closer, his eyelashes almost brushing against my cheek. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get a closer look at your ether core. I thought he would push me away, but he didn't. You like it when people do that? I take a deep breath and meet his gaze again. Didn't you want to resonate with me? Do you want to try again? Without waiting for him to answer, I grab his hand again. Come on, I'll use both hands this time. A chill blankets his body. I'm not sure if it's the cold breeze coming in through the small gap in the window or his aura. He's good at fighting. He's good at fighting. He's good at fighting. The old oh, words. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. The old gas lamp above us flickers and emits a light softer than the sound of our breaths. He looks good, he looks good, he looks good.
I can hear you talking.
Sorry. I forgot he had a voice line there. Enjoy it. This is one of the two good things I could think about you. Moving my gaze down, I look carefully at our interlocked hands, but I still can't feel even the slightest change. It seems we can't rush our resonance, but with the auction fast approaching, I need him to work with me as soon as possible. That's fine. Silas can riz me up all he wants. He can riz me up whatever he wants. I am down bad for him. I organize my thoughts and use the nicest tone I can muster. You already know I entered the N109 zone to get the ether core that's at the auction. And since you want to resonate with me, I have an idea. I don't know if I should say it, though.
Then don't.
I force myself to suppress the anger in my heart. But I can't resonate you because I reject you on a subconscious level. That means my evil is controlled by my emotions. Changing a person's feelings might be difficult, but it won't be that hard, I think. As I say this, I cross my arms and lift my chin at him. There's an easy solution right in front of us. Help me get the ether core and ensure my safety by escorting me out of the N109 zone. You'll be able to use me as bait to clean up, right?
It's almost as if your face is saying you're doing me a huge favor.
Maybe I am. I don't have another bargaining chip. I can only bluff to appear more confident. I also know my clumsy attempt won't fool Silas. That's why I'm telling the truth. I don't know why you insist on resonating with me, but as long as you're willing to help me, I'll help you. Silas shifts his gaze from the map and looks at me indifferently.
That's not enough.
Then what do you want? Should I beg? I can do it.
Or we could do this.
Silas suddenly opens up the bottom drawer and pulls out a jewel-encrusted crow brooch.
If you can take this from me within 24 hours, I'll agree to your terms.
Do you test people before you work with them? Are you testing my skills, my intelligence, or my values? I raise my voice to try and grab it while he's distracted, yet he reacts quickly. The brooch disappears in the blink of an eye.
Only when you have a bargaining chip can you make a deal. And since you're the one who proposed this, use your own methods. You should be thankful the goal is clear enough this time.
We're doing that, by the way, chat. I'm playing through that memory. Because it's a memory. But if you guys are watching on TikTok, come to Twitch. Twitch.tv/SmileyKylie. The link is in my bio. I can't show this part on TikTok. There we go. You can still see me. I'm just not gonna show the gameplay for this part. Because I have to. I have to go back and play that with the story. It's too good.
Huh? Don't tell me. Not in this pocket. Or this one either. It's not here or there. It's gone. I searched every nook and cranny. Where else could it be? Did he take it into the bathroom? Tell me, did you eat it?
Why would he eat it?
Yes.
Why would Miffy...
Damn it. I need to hide.
He wouldn't. He's a good bird. Oh, God.
Why does he have to come out now? Now's my chance to escape. Oh no.
We ain't escaping.
Mr. Silas, we found a list of all the attendees from that night at the Nest. About that night.
That night at the Nest? Does it involve me?
What do you think? Probably.
Mr. Silas?
It's nothing. Just a stray cat who happened to barge in.
A cat?
You didn't need to do that.
I'll leave you alone now.
This is the 4th time we've met since last night, kitten.
You set a time limit for finding the brooch, but you didn't say how I should find it. I doubt I'm breaking any rules.
Do I need to remind you about your so-called methods from before? Get out.
Oh.
Leave.
I was caught again. This time for sure, I'll...
Yeah? You sure about that, baby girl?
I know. I'll go now.
Have I underestimated your determination or overestimated your intellect?
You're the one who suggested a deal, but here you are making things difficult.
You'll have to work harder.
Let go! What are you doing?
Leave. I'm going to bed.
You...
You too.
Bastard. Now I get it. He never intended to make a deal with me in the first place.
You're pulling your hair out over this, huh? If you want to do something, maybe we can help you.
What do you mean?
If you want to conquer our boss's heart, you'll have to use a different approach. For some people, they get bored once they have everything. So only those who dare to challenge their authority can catch their interest.
When you're dealing with such a person, you bow down and submit to take them out in one go. In other words,
what?
Strike when they're off guard. Boss is the least guarded when he's sleeping.
You only have one shot. Don't waste this chance. Just do it.
Fine. Three hours later.
Evil ceiling handcuffs and a tranquilizer gun. This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna get killed the moment I try it. Ugh, I don't have much time left. And it's not like I plan to sit around doing nothing, so I might as well try.
All or nothing. Let's go. He's eepy. He's eepy.
Silas. This is exactly what you get for all the terrible things you do.
I don't know how this man slept through that. Oh, never mind.
Showing up uninvited at this hour. Want me to tell you a bedtime story?
Obviously, I'm... Actually, you should be the one to figure out what's going on here. These handcuffs nullify a person's evil for an hour. No matter how powerful you are, you're helpless as of right now.
Really? What do you plan to do then, since I've become your prey?
Where's the brooch?
Where is the brooch?
Help yourself.
Don't mind if I do. From the beginning, you trapped me here, forced me to resonate with you, and even said we're the same. One wouldn't treat a stranger like that. So...
Do you like me?
Don't tell me you like me. Is this all so you can get my attention?
Clearly, you've read too many fairy tales. Does my answer matter?
Huh? Now it's not important at all. I won. Now it's not important at all. I won. Don't tell me.
I won't go back on what I promised you. However, games are fun because of how thrilling they can be. Your attitude makes things boring. You're pretty good at running away.
I'm freaking ridiculous.
Are you using this on me? So brash, aren't you? I'm keeping you around because you're still useful. And I truly enjoy watching my little prey struggle. Especially
No, it's not Roblox.
when it thinks it can escape from me.
Like I said, you guys will have to come to Twitch. I can't show this part on TikTok.
You're so gullible, kitten.
So gullible, kid.
They obviously...
Don't move.
Does this count as passing your test?
Barely. The auction is about to start. But what will happen after that?
I'm ready for whatever is going on here.
Deal. Don't lose this brooch. It proves you're allowed to come and go in the N109 zone as you please.
Yay! We did it. Okay, now back to main story. We're on roleplay. In the dim lighting, the crow brooch on my chest gleams a dark red reminiscent of wine. After some twists and turns, I finally got the brooch from Silas. He kept his promise and agreed to help me obtain the ether core. With an expensive dress and dazzling jewelry, my reflection in the mirror is strange yet sufficiently alluring.
It suits you.
Another figure enters the mirror's reflection. Silas leans lazily against the doorway.
No one can stay wary when there's a beauty walking around.
This beauty will bash your skull in sooner or later. I turn around and walk up to scrutinize him. You're just going to waltz right into a dangerous auction without a plan?
I like how you assume I didn't make one. Find a way to make everyone lower their guard first. Then lure out the ones with ill intentions and get rid of them. Then I'll cover you while you fetch the ether core's other half.
That's it?
It won't fail. Promise.
Silas gives me another once-over. I angrily take his outstretched hand and walk out the door with him. You better not be a liability later. To deal with the real masterminds behind the auction, I can only ally myself with someone deadlier than the enemy. All the information I've gathered has created an intricate web of conspiracies. Now it's time to tear it up. In the sky, the stars are devoured by an endless darkness. The deep space tunnel is silent, seemingly frozen in time. Suddenly there's a thud, a pulse resembling a heartbeat. Cosmic dust silently fills the air. Something penetrates the invisible barrier and slowly opens its eyes. She's so pretty.
It's not too late to back out now, if you want to.
Focus on yourself first. Stay frosty. It's showtime.
Silas? I thought you
One,
went missing.
2, 3 guys.
Who's that person
That's quite
next
the
to him?
ambush. Silas, are you sure they'll bite?
It depends on your performance.
Mr. Silas, we've been expecting you.
I assume you already know how to act as good bait.
Maybe. Maybe a little bit.
I'll be back soon. Have fun.
And it's just like, here's my credit card.
These are ordinary protocors. Good thing they aren't bombs. Something's off about this one. Was it tampered with?
Did anything catch your eye, miss? There are even better ones on that side.
The stuff you have is pretty mediocre. Silas, it's okay for me to purchase a few items with your card, right?
Don't bother me with such trivial matters.
I'll take this for 1 million. Please wrap it up for me.
5 million.
Why?
Your offer will make people think I'm broke. Wouldn't want that, sweetie.
In that case, I won't hold back. I changed my mind. 10 million. Are these all the protocors you got? I'll buy everything.
Pompous.
I love her. Beams of golden light shine in from the smooth, dark walls. They illuminate the room's elegant decor. On the sofa, Silas shakes his whiskey glass. The ice cubes swish around, making soft clinking sounds. There's a painting on the wall called In Expectation, which depicts angels, demons, and the Grim Reaper sitting around a table. The last empty seat seems to be for him.
Mr. Silas.
The man named Sherman walks into the room and nods humbly at Silas. Silas looks up, the corners of his mouth curling into a half smile. And then a dark-colored mist seizes Sherman by the collar and slams him into the ground. Choking and losing energy from the strangulation, Sherman claws at the mist around his neck, but he only leaves bloody scratch marks on his skin. Even a meticulously crafted plan is powerless before absolute strength.
My time is limited, so let's cut to the chase.
No, I didn't betray you.
Oh, I know. You're too much a coward to do it on your own. But the people who said they'd help you replace me must have made an offer only an idiot would refuse.
Silas glances at the clear alcohol in his glass and puts it on the table. With a faint glow appearing in his right eye, he walks over to Sherman, who's sprawled out on the ground.
I see. Their method of buying traitors is as old school and uncreative as ever.
Enduring an excruciating amount of pain, Sherman finally discards his hypocrisy and scowls.
Silas! Don't think! With them around, you won't be cocky for long!
Silas reveals an intriguing smile and looks down at him.
Since you chose betrayal, my only option is to make you pay in advance.
Inside the banquet hall, people converse and mingle. Countless eyes check me out, both openly and from the shadows. I fiddle with the protocores I bought. There are traces of other protocurves. These were modified. I turn around and several pairs of eyes immediately look away. I take this chance to speak in a hushed voice into the earpiece. Silas, how are things on your end?
Miss, the brooch you're wearing is very exquisite.
Go
May I buy
away.
it from you?
You're not my Silas. Shoo. A man wearing a suit suddenly blocks my way. Holding out his hand, he smiles. A faint blue electric current flashes from his cuff. Wearing a poker face, I step back and raise my chin. Not interested. Excuse me. The man doesn't budge. He takes another step towards me instead.
How does 10 Hightowers sound? Ah, the banquet is
This man
about to
needs to
start.
learn what
Would you
no
like to begin?
means. What are high towers? High armor.
They're special weapons made from high-grade protocores. A single high tower can obliterate this entire hotel. Sorry, the brooch is a gift from me. You wanted to sell it.
No. No, I
Who knows
didn't.
if you were coming
I
back or
promise. I'll keep
Are
that
you
brooch.
disappointed?
You...
Oh, hell yeah, armor. Let's go.
He was going to spend a fortune so he could dance with me. What about you? Shouldn't you make an offer as well?
The Ether Core's location.
You know where it is?
You'll find out after this dance.
How are you so sure I'll listen to you?
Refuse me all you want.
I didn't do the bug tonight, Chad. I'm sorry. MC doesn't have blonde hair. It'll be fine, though. Rising currents. Melodious music serenades the luxurious banquet hall that's illuminated by dreamy lighting. Silas calmly guides me across the dance floor, swaying to the song's rhythm. He blocks the prying shadows around us, and when I look up, all I see is his face, which is quite infuriating.
You need to be smarter if you want to retaliate against me.
Sorry, I'm not really used to these kinds of social gatherings. I clumsily lift my heel off his foot. Did you actually get information on the Ether Core?
You can choose not to believe me.
Catching a glimpse of a flashing red dot in the shadows, I use my hand that's on his shoulder to push him in the opposite direction. But they wouldn't leak such important information unless it's a trap.
Exactly.
I look back at him. You're not going to throw yourself into their trap, are you?
Be content with your role. Don't scare away the fish that already bit the hook.
8 evol bombs, 50 high-frequency guns. They really want you dead. Silas, you made a lot of enemies.
This isn't the first time it's happened.
The music reaches a crescendo. The notes from the orchestra are layered on top of one another like surging tidal waves. The lights dimmed at the passionate beats, and shadows surround us on all sides. You have something up your sleeve, right? Even if you have a death wish, I don't intend to die here with you.
Don't worry. You won't die that easily.
A deafening explosion drowns out the music and ensuing screams. The beautiful hall is instantly reduced to rubble. Amidst the surging chaos, Silas tightens his grip on my hand. I hear him softly scoff. To my surprise, I see him nonchalantly crush something before throwing it into the tree. You had the detonator this whole time?
The vermin were taking their sweet time. I was getting impatient.
The metaflux is quickly increasing, and there's more than one wanderer. Be careful. I take out my weapon from under my dress and fire several shots at the wanderer that was about to attack Silas. That was close.
How long do you think you'll last with an outdated weapon?
You. Silas tosses over another gun.
Don't waste your efforts.
Did Sherman make you do this? Where's the Aether Core? Answer me. After defeating the last wanderer, I find a henchman cowering in the corner. I press my gun's muzzle against the back of his head.
You haven't won yet. We still have a backup plan. That thing is terrifying. When it shows up, not even Silas. Ah!
Black-red mist throws him onto a broken stone pillar. With a scream, he falls to the ground like a puppet whose strings were just cut.
Violence should be used strategically.
Silas calmly wipes up the blood off his face, and the black-red mist disappears from his hands. I would have believed you if your hands were clean. Despite the venue being cleared, strong energy fluctuations manifest above us and shake the ground we stand on. What's making that noise? Are there still some left?
Let's go.
Where are we going? Silas grabs my wrist and swiftly starts walking.
To the place that has what you want.
Okay. Thanks, Silas. Dragon, thank you. Thank you for the rose. The almost transparent elevator quickly ascends, and the colorful nighttime scenery is hidden by the clouds. What is this place? Countless pieces of metal are strewn across the spacious rooftop that's shrouded in the mist. In the haze, barely visible, are abandoned collection vessels, transporters, and other devices. Broken steel bars poke out from the overgrown weeds. Rusty frames are popped up, outlining a bygone era. It looks like a laboratory for experiments.
It was one many years ago, but they abandoned it a while back.
They? Stepping over broken fragments and glass shards, Silas's tone remains aloof.
Ever.
Ever? As the most prestigious international business group, it basically supports the whole Lincoln city. How could they be involved with the N109 zone? I heard that before the Chrono Rift catastrophe, the N109 zone was the most prosperous tech hub. So I guess it makes sense that Ever used it as a research base.
You really are a naive Lincoln citizen.
What do you mean? Silas gives me a look.
Many locations were affected by that catastrophe, yet only the N109 zone turned into a wasteland. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I recall some unverified rumors, but my mind is a mess right now. I can't think of any theories.
We're here.
Slow vibrations resembling heartbeats pulsate the sky. I look up and see the deep space tunnel. Dense clouds and vortexes churn amongst the darkness, and occasionally a stream of light flashes across the sky. The silent tunnel is like a telescope peeking into the universe. The deep space tunnel. This is the first time I've been so close to it. A tiny beam of light enters my line of sight. I can't help but take a step. Calriel? Is that how I say her name? Hello. Welcome in. It's a flux nexus. I saw one in the no-hunt zone.
Then you should know what it contains.
These
fluctuations aren't
Silas.
produced by normal protocores.
Silas stands next to me, looking at me with his eyes that had that unfathomable depths. Unfathomable.
Think about it first. Once you take it out, there's no going back.
I'm already here. Why should I give up now? Gritting my teeth, I put my hand on the flux nexus. The power resonance. Oh my goodness. It's going so fast. Yet as soon as I touch it, the ground... Sorry, chap. Oh, why? Why is it going so fast?
Presentable.
A huge protocore unfolds before us, then a ferocious wanderer. It's fine. It's fine.
Where am I? There's so much blood.
You must press on. Because if you don't, there's no going back.
My vision blurs, and amidst the blood and fire, the deep space tunnel appears. It shakes violently.
You must press on.
I can't press on without you.
The life you owe me. Now is not the time to repay it.
Looking at the hand reaching out to me, I see Silas's cold face, but there seems to be a shadow above him. I can't help but reach out as well. Unprecipitated? Yep. It's fine. Power swells between our intertwined fingers. I can't talk. Everything's fine. Instantly, I feel a tremor from deep within my heart. Something flows through my veins. It was chocolate, not blood. The wonder... Oh, it's going fast again. I'm just gonna let it. Movements within my body cease. It's as if an ocean's roaring waves have silently calmed down, turning blah 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 blah.
The ether core. What? Silas?
Its power belongs to you now. Naturally, the vessel will break as a result.
To me?
Well, isn't this what you wanted?
Where are you taking me? This is... Let go already! What is this thing?
You like the blah 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 blah? I'm glad. I'm glad that that part hit home. Silas doesn't respond, and the powerful tremor that shook the deep space tunnel ignites a chain reaction within the N109 zone. Those shadows who believe they controlled Anakinus are eliminated from Fate's tapestry. Unable to see the undercurrents beneath the water surface, I can only smell the scent of smoke becoming more poignant as it's carried by the wind. Structures crumble and collapse, and Mephisto's wings pierce through the boundless darkness. He's accompanied by a distant tolling of a bell. It's almost like the announcement saying, an announcement as if the world is saying, the true leader of Anakinus has returned. However, Silas, amidst the raging storm, remains nonchalant as he sits next to me. Our racing vehicle leaves our enemies behind while intermittent light seeps through the windows to obscure his silhouette and goals. I never had I never held on to the naive notion that Silas assisted me in acquiring the ether core just so he could clean house. This kind of deal would result in him suffering a major loss, and it's clear he's anything but an ignorant businessman. What are his true motives? For a moment, his expression as he gazed at the deep space tunnel resurfaces and... Oh my god, I cannot. For a moment, his expression as he gazed at the deep space tunnel resurfaces in my mind. No, I don't hate you, Armor. What? Then I feel a sensation in my palm. I'm still clutching the fragmented protocore. It's as if I'm subconsciously grasping onto an answer that has yet to be revealed. The linkage between my hand and Silas's suddenly flickers, seemingly sensing the swirling thoughts in my head.
Biggest, blackest, fattest cock.
We heard you and Boss took care of the traitors and thieves. You even destroyed the
I'm
Core
going
together.
to
Good
box
job.
you.
Just calling to let you know that we cleaned up at the nest. No one will be causing trouble for you anymore.
Huh? When did...
Our boss told us to do it. While he looks mean, he's actually...
See you later.
Boss? I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean
So,
to.
what's your plan?
Chop it off.
But it seems to be some sort of energy linkage. Can I even physically attack it?
I was talking about your hand. Or you can settle
You
down
just
in
leave
the
my hand
N109
alone.
zone. I have more than enough time to solve this problem with you.
No thanks. Let's use a more efficient approach.
Let's destroy the ether core in your body.
You're saying our ether cores created this link? Okay, why don't we destroy yours then?
Never mind. With your current level of resonance, it won't last long.
But before I started resonating with you, I saw a strange vision.
Good evening,
It's
dude.
not a big deal. From now on, you'll be seeing more things like that.
So that was real?
If I say yes, will you give me a sincere apology? This world is different from what you see.
These
But I'm not in
potatoes,
the mood
they
to tell
are.
stories at the moment.
I'm doing
You
great.
should think about your next move after leaving the N109 zone.
Doing fantastic.
Don't forget our deal.
Then you should make sure I can leave safely.
The outside world is more dangerous now.
Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
In any case, until the resonance issue is fixed, we'll be meeting more often in the future.
And so I left the N109 zone. The dust settled. But the deal with Silas lingered like a silent yet something missed. I can't read and eat my potatoes at the same time. Echoing through the stillness of eternity. Why did she cuss you out? What? Why? Yay, we're officially starting Zane's story now, chat. I'm excited. 2 months later. Okay, wait. I want to eat another potato. What'd you guys think of Silas, chat? That's my man's. We're about to see my other man's, but that was my man's. Thank you for the... Is that corn? Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. There's a reason why we call it love and depression in the community. Hi, Avery. I very much am. You think Silas was a thing in the past? My day's been great. It's been fantastic. How's yours been? I need another drink. I'm gonna go grab one. I will be right back, chat. Alright, I'm back, chat. Sorry. Okay. In the dimly lit room, silhouettes lurk in the shadows. Holographic screens flicker with images of protocors being sold. Each flash is accompanied by a symbol marking their status. Thank you. Avery. In the corner is a man whose pocket's heavy with poker chips. He takes out his phone and inputs an encrypted code with ease. The dark web interface on the screen sputters and pops up a series of windows even more mysterious. Anyone know what happened in the no hunt zone last night? Heard the... Oh, good lord. Can we scroll? We can't scroll. Okay, it's gonna do it. A photo appears on the screen. Surrounded by bodyguards, a notorious protocol merchant walks into the hotel.
Welcome to the Silver Screen Hotel.
We work overtime for 2 months dealing with these protocore smugglers. After that, it's vacation time.
Several hidden bugs and cameras fall as Simone deactivates them. She brushes off the dust on her hands and casually tosses a transmitter into the corner.
After Operation Ether Ordeal secretly started, this is our first mission together?
I guess it is. Your day was interesting. Didn't do a whole lot
I figured
today.
we'd have chances to work together since you are also here. But things have gotten hectic with mission after mission.
Simone used to be in Unicorn's armament tech. She has the micro modification evil. And ever since, she's increased my hunter firearms firing rate by 2-fold. We get along well. Yeah, Lincoln's been a mess lately. I wonder when things will settle down.
At least it's nothing compared to the N109 zone. I heard you went in all by yourself 2 months ago. You made a mess out of Ani Kindness's protocore auction and left unscathed. You even managed to...
She lowers her voice. Her tone is half teasing, half curious.
You even managed to get your hands on a real ether core, right?
We're gonna say ... The very ether core is resting inside my heart as an energy cluster. It's a secret I haven't told anyone, not even the association's president. You have to sell movie rights? What? At a loss for words, I put on a helpless look. This is getting out of hand. At this rate, people will be saying I took down Silas all by myself and stopped Anakinus from taking over the N109 zone.
Who knows? Aren't you one of the few N-hosted class evolvers we have? Anyway, the N109 zone whispers about an ether core, and suddenly the groups on the dark web go nuts. I thought the association wouldn't bat an eye, but then Captain Jenna showed up and dragged me into the special operations team. It feels like we stumbled into something big, and that rumor being passed around becomes a truth. I always believed the ether core existed. I just never thought there was more than one.
Oh. I got you.
If these smugglers have the real deal, that baby's going straight into my railgun.
The elevator keeps climbing as if it's taking us to the rooftop that's directly under the deep space tunnel. For a second, I feel like I'm back under the N109 zone's sky.
Allow me to jog your memory. From your past to your future, to even all the crimes you'll inevitably commit. After all, you and me, we're the same.
True kindred spirits. My memories are too fragmented and unclear. Is it because of the ether core? I've not moved on from Silas. I wish he was a main love interest. It's fine. It's fine. He does sound a little bit like Wesker. I'm so sorry, Duke. That sounds like a very interesting day indeed. My hand touches my cheek. Oh, that's not her cheek, that's her chest. My hand touches my chest, the warmth pulsating like another heartbeat.
Heads up, you two. We hacked the hotel's security system. You've been whitelisted and can come and go as you please.
Andrew, the captain of data analysis, is micromanaging all intel for Operation Ether Ordeal. He's communicating via earpiece.
Rendezvous in conference room 3909. It'll be showtime in 5 minutes.
A holographic 3D map of the hotel flickers to life before me, modules snapping into place. Simone winks. She's very proud of her latest gadget.
The moment you meet up with the target, Evo will be transmitted through your contact lenses device to alter his memories. He'll think you're the buyer he met before.
Yeah, I do that all the time, actually, Duke. But I also have a bad habit of, like, replying to messages in my head. And then hours will pass, and I will be like, oh shit, I never texted them back. Oops. I'm the worst person. I'm very sorry. No, unfortunately, I don't get text anymore. Yeah, I don't really get text very much either. So that, I feel like that's another reason why they just kind of sit there when I do get them. I'm not used to it. I have notifications off on my phone all the time. It's wild.
You have a 30-minute window, so make it quick.
I should come with a text label saying, please wait 7 to 10 days for a reply. Understood. We'll grab the items and see if an ether core is present.
Anyway, we can fight our way out if things go south. Are you doubting my new gadget or hurry ball?
I've done that too, Avery. Simone adjusts my dress as she equips a protofield disruptor that's shaped like an earring. A reflection stare back at us in the glass. Simone looks stylish in her secretary attire, and I'm wearing a simple, elegant dress. Or are they having like a Charlie's Angels moment here? Period. Period slay. I didn't think I would be a Harris again after I returned to working as a hunter. At least my time in the N109 zone taught me how to bluff. A ding announces we've arrived on the 39th floor. Simone and I exchange a look. Here we are. Let's do this. Yeah, I keep my phone in Do Not Disturb a lot too. Your phone is on vibrate, so it's nice to hear it, but it's never something cool. I'm so sorry.
With all this fuss, I thought I'd finally see the real deal, but these were all duds.
While we didn't get an ether core, the mission wasn't a waste of time. We have these modified protocores. The protocore smugglers are taken away, and Simone and I return to the Hunters Association.
Special authorization confirmed. Good job, everyone. Do your weapons or gear need to be maintained or repaired? Put them on the table. And just between you and me, Hunters Hunted is serving a fancy meal tonight. Don't miss out.
The little robot loudly whispers as it almost waddles to the armory with my weapon. Combat uniform lands on the table. We look up to see Jenna walking towards the control desk.
Captain, what's going on?
A weird yet familiar feeling pulls at my chest. I unfold the uniform. There lies a flat, round object I recognize.
It's a hurt knave's head.
Simone wrinkles her nose in disgust. Without missing a beat, she snatches a pin from Andrew's desk and uses it to push the head away. She ignores the look on his face. Oh, did stream just like crash or something? Is it back? Okay. Yeah, TikTok did it too. Hi, Michael. How are you? Sorry, we just had like a tech issue there for a second, everybody. How could they leave with just a head? Where's the protocore? Jenna finishes drinking her water and tears open a package. She takes out a bread roll.
Because there was only the head. It showed up on Faye Street without anything else. The protocore must
Jenna's
still be in
mommy.
its body, but who knows where that is.
Make her a love interest in Fold, please. 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 Because I need a third. Ah. I'm a Silas girly and a Zane girly. Jenna could be my third.
So, already you can see something's not right here.
Everyone casts their gazes on me. I slowly nod. I can sense a protocurve. It's similar to the one I brought back from the No Hunt Zone number 7 2 months ago, but there's more to it. Is it related to the ether core?
Yes, we've detected a large beta protocurve on this head.
That's a new fancy term. Captain, what's a beta protocurve?
Jenna takes a moment to gather herself. She stands at the control desk and She stands up and the control desk flickers a couple times. A holographic 3D map is projected from it.
Remember that incident last month? It occurred on the 8th at 9 a.m. Lincoln Bridge's main pier disappeared from the river for 20 minutes. And on the 14th at 3 a.m., rainbow mists appeared in Goldwood City. Specifically, they materialized in 6 districts within 4 seconds of one another. Then on the 29th, an incident occurred at 4:30 p.m. An ice cream parlor in the Ring Imperial Center was flipped, and customers on the top floor were trapped in the first floor's freezer.
Do you play this game? Is it Calario? Who's your love interest? And however it's easiest to pronounce. I kind of wondered if you did play this game because your name, like, I thought it was like mixed together with Raphael's name, and I was like, is Raphael your love interest?
The Wanderers behind these have one thing in common. The protocurve produced by their protocores are capable of distorting space itself. We're calling this unique protocurve a beta protocurve for now. I won't get into the details of the analysis. However, after comparing it with the protocurve produced from the deep space tunnel region that's in the N109 zone.
It's just a video game. That's how I look at it too, Duke. I did the same thing with Baldur's Gate. I romanced Halsin and Astarion at the same time. Maybe if Simone had a 3D model, she needs to. Yes, Halsin as a human. I had seen the cutscene though on YouTube. That was something. I think the squirrel was my favorite part. Poor little squirrel. Oh.
Our current findings reveal that
Jenna leans forward. She grips the control desk to emphasize her words.
an ether core is involved. Based on our observations of these wanderers, the Intel Department and Advanced Tech Labs predict we'll observe more beta protocurves in the future. That's where new ether cores might appear.
On the map with Lincoln City at its center, points of interest start appearing. They are potential locations and they're everywhere. Some are even thousands of kilometers away in the city.
Everyone, it's getting dark. Night will fall, and we all know the big guys lurking in Lincoln's shadows are about to make their move.
Captain Jenner revealed a lot of info today. There's another ether core aside from the one in my heart and the one in Silas's eye. But if the... blah, 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 blah. I did it again. But it could be in any of those locations, and this ether core might be incomplete, similar to how the one in my heart was at first. It will take some time to find that ether core. A blah blah blah.
Our mission goes beyond just collecting ether cores. We also need to investigate the shady organizations that covet them for their own goals. They're essentially a ticking... We'll split up for now, but try not to alert the enemy. We don't want to make things worse. Hey, I don't know what you went through in the N109.
Oh, I was having the time of my life. Sorry.
This operation is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't be a hero every 5 seconds. Patience is key.
After spitting out my toothpaste, I put down my toothbrush and stare at my reflection in the bathroom mirror. I unearthed some interesting info about the Association's archives today. There are a few loose ends from my time in the N109 zone that need to be addressed. Should first deal with that with what I can handle right now, so... Where is my Zane? Oh, we got like...
What kind of place is this?
That's fancy.
Sir Pip and not
Sir
so smart
Pip.
that they deem what kind of place is
Hello.
this?
Hello. A few loose ends, like where is Silas currently? What is Silas doing? Is he alone? Is he okay? What's my man's doing? Is this gonna be like a mini game? Or are we gonna fight? The sound of footsteps reverberates a hollow echo upon the marble floor. Looking up, Zane once sees that familiar silhouette of a girl. Oh, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Wait. I am processing. Hold on. I'm still processing. I need to turn down my music and focus. Chat, you guys probably don't understand, but I've read Zane's lore. So right now, this is fucking with me a little bit. In the quiet hospital corridor, its walls grayish blue and dimly lit by incandescent lights. Only the girl stands bright and resolute. I'm not gonna be okay. It's fine. Yearning to call out to her. Oh, stop! 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 I'm not okay! Oh, it's Dawnbreaker. Yearning to call out to her, yet incapable of making a sound, he has no choice but to quicken his pace. He runs after her. Yet at that moment, terrifying black crystals erupt from the surrounding walls.
No. Stop.
Zany Weenie! Without warning, the entire space distorts. Those sharp spikes hurtle towards the girl's throat. Panicking, she turns to face him. As their eyes meet, her lips quiver in despair, softly whispering broken, desperate sounds. Zane! Zane! Zane? Zane? Inside Axo's rehabilitation center, Zane suddenly opens his eyes. He is in a sleeping pod. His unfocused gaze slowly adjusts. Did you have another nightmare?
Yes.
I'm not okay. Rubbing his temples, he sits up. In his eyes is a reflection of my concerned expression.
Don't worry. Lying down in a large box with eyes staring at me. If I could sleep well with that happening, then you'd actually have something to worry about.
Hey, I care about you, and what else am I supposed to do? Someone hasn't gotten a good night's sleep since he returned from Mount Eternal, and he also keeps using nightmares as an excuse. After returning from After returning from Mount Eternal 2 months ago, Zane's health hasn't been good. It's gotten to a point where he can't sleep at all. However, he doesn't talk about what happened in the Arctic. This reoccurring nightmare is the only thing he willingly shared with me. You still have a business trip next week. At this rate, the doctor might end up collapsing before his patients.
Even if I collapse, there will always be another doctor to take over. No matter what.
Stop that. Stop. I pressed my finger against his lips as a warning. No matter how many doctors there are, they are here for other people. My doctor is right here in front of me.
All right. I'll be careful and stay alive.
Good. Don't let my worries be a burden on you. He treats her protocore syndrome that's in her heart. He's a cardiac surgeon. I think you started having nightmares after I gave you that crystal fragment from the N109 zone. Zane takes his coat from the coat rack beside the wall. Together we enter a corridor.
They aren't connected, so don't overthink it. It's just a coincidence. Speaking of which, there's been progress with the analysis of that crystal.
Is it related to protocore syndrome?
At the moment, I've developed a hypothesis based on the data. I'll share the details with you once there are conclusive results.
Stepping into the elevator, I pressed the button for the ground floor. Zane's reflection appeared on the closed doors, the dark circles under his eyes underlining a deeper wariness. Robbie, thank you for the 15 bits.
Kenobi just cheered 15 bits. Hi, Kylie. Ribbit, you look lovely tonight. I recently bought the new Doom Plus Doom 2 bundle for under $4 as a flash sale. Love always seeing those classic headphones. Cheers to you, friend.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, thank you. I've just been playing Love in Deep Space. Where you finally are at the new chapter. And you guys are getting my raw reaction to everything because I waited. And I've already gotten emotional once because I love Zane. Hi, Lucky. How are you? I love Silas and I love Zane. And I know this is going to destroy me. Stepping into the elevator, I pressed the button for the ground floor. Zane's reflection appeared on the closed doors, the dark circles under his eyes underlining a deeper wariness. There's a backup, Jenna. It's okay. Take your time. You should deal with your insomnia first.
Since I can't sleep, I might as well be productive.
I'm going to
with my
kick
time.
your fucking ass if you don't go to sleep, sir. So it's not that doctors can't treat themselves. They don't actually want to be treated. I ordered some milk for you. It'll be delivered to your place and should help you sleep. Also the hypnotic music.
Are you referring to the lullaby playlist? Did you forget how old I am?
No, I didn't forget how old you are. I'm just trying to help as a normal hunter. You don't have to listen to me, Dr. Zane. She cares about you.
Since I am your one and only doctor, I should listen to you.
I'm not surprised that she cares about him too. They are childhood friends as well. We step out of the elevator and my watch begins to ring. Someone's calling me. I gesture to Zane and then move to the side to answer it. Captain Jenna?
Hey, are you available right now? We've detected beta protocurve activity in a certain location.
After a brief explanation, Captain Jenna quickly ends the call.
Why are you frowning? Did something happen?
My mission got an update. I need to check in with Captain Jenna, so I might not be able to have dinner with you. Just as I'm about to sprint to the hospital's main entrance, a pair of hands lands on my blah blah blah.
Don't run just yet.
Okay.
I'll drive you there.
He should not be driving. If this man hasn't slept in a month, he should not be driving. At all. Zane, I don't agree with you there, buddy. I just don't. Upon arriving at the association, I find Alpha Team's office engulfed in silence. Only Jenna stands before the control desk. Her gaze is fixed on a few zoomed-in photos that are being projected.
Perfect timing. Let's look at these together.
She waves her hand. Those photos are pushed towards me. As I approach to get a closer look, it becomes evident that the distant figure appears in every picture. The figure is also marked with conspicuous colors which show traces of B protocurve. All of them are from the same Wanderer.
Yes, including this morning. Andrew has found its traces 5 times. Beta protocurve activity was detected in every instance.
That means it's related to an ether core.
It could very well be carrying one, or an ether core fragment.
Another screen comes into view, showcasing an array of data and information. Positioned at the center is a blurred image of a Wanderer.
This Wanderer can move by distorting space, and we haven't captured a complete image of it yet. However, the Intel department made a discovery. In areas where it did appear, many patients with protocore syndrome have fallen into a coma. Some even go into shock.
My gaze then falls on the left side of the screen. The text reads, Location, Chances City.
I'll be heading to Chansha City next week. There are a few patients with a severe case of protocore syndrome, so they require Oxo Hospital's assistance for their treatment.
Those patients that Zane mentioned might actually be victims of this wanderer.
Right now, we suspect there's a connection between these two incidents. We could start looking into those patients. And it just so happens that Oxo Hospital will send a medical team to Chansha City next week.
Captain, I would like to make a request. Let me join the medical team as a hunter escort to investigate the wanderer.
Your request has been approved. Our Chansha branch has also started its own operation. Your mission is to confirm whether or not there are signs of an ether core. You can contact us anytime if you need help. We'll be there to offer whatever assistance we can.
Understood. I'll be careful. Wanderer about to wander between Zane and you. As I leave the association, Zane's figure appears in the distance. He's been patiently waiting by the road. Just as I'm about to walk over, a massive bouquet of white roses suddenly appears and engulfs my vision. Who the fuck?
Miss, I've heard so much about you. It's an honor to finally meet you in person.
And you are?
I'm sorry. I almost forgot that this is our first meeting. But you should have already received my business card a few days ago, along with the flowers.
Persistence. This man has a gentle gaze as if to be friendly. He extends his other hand towards me.
I'm Carter, from Xander Sciences.
I recall seeing a business card that had mysteriously appeared on my desk not too long ago. It was accompanied by attention-grabbing deliveries as well. Oh, those were from you.
Thanks to your efforts in apprehending those protocore merchants, Xander Sciences was able to recover a valuable batch of protocores. Many patients were saved as a result. Naturally, I wanted to express my gratitude. I wonder if you'll do me the honor of having dinner with me, miss?
Go away, Carter. I'm taken by Zane.
She already has plans for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. That's right. I do have plans for tonight. A hand pushes away the bouquet. Zane then pulls me to his side and moves to stand between me and Carter. Upon seeing Zane's face, Carter's expression noticeably darkens.
What a coincidence, Zane. It's been such a long time since we last saw each other. Why don't the three of us have dinner together? My treat.
My gaze quickly shifts from Carter's smile to Zane's indifferent eyes. I sort of understand what's going on. Zane's jealous. I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. The association strictly prohibits hunters from accepting dinner invitations for work purposes.
Let's go.
Just as I'm about to turn around, the bouquet blocks my path again. This man.
Miss, I understand there are rules about not having dinner, but the flowers didn't do anything wrong, right?
Before I have the opportunity to decline, Zane swiftly takes the white roses. He glances at them with a blank expression and gives the roses back to Carter.
They're much appreciated. Unfortunately, there's no room for them in my car.
I like this side of Zane.
Miss Hunter?
With Zane holding my arm, I leave. Carter persistently follows us.
Actually, I'm here to give you a reminder. The outside world isn't as safe as Lincoln. Be careful when you're traveling.
I don't like Carter.
Seatbelt.
Zane turns the steering wheel and the car joins the stream of flowing traffic. That guy seems to know you pretty well. Are you acquainted with him? And Xander Scientist. I feel like I've heard that name from somewhere. Raymond.
Your colleague praised you, saying there are things only two of you can do. I'm very curious now. Xander Sciences will provide you with the best staff, the best lab, and even the best treatment.
The person Raymond mentioned when we were at his place. That's Carter, right?
We studied under the same professor. That's it. The paths we're walking are completely different.
You two aren't like-minded from what I can tell. I also feel like he's... a bit suspicious. It's obvious he didn't show up to just invite me to dinner. And I can see you're very cautious around him. Suspiciously crazy? Is there bad blood between you two? You can tell me about it.
It's not interesting.
I'm interested. Give me the tea, Zane. Give me it. Zane has blood. You know, at some point I'm gonna be able to talk normally, right? Zane has bad blood with someone and he's very wary of him. Isn't that interesting already?
The fact that he gave you roses is more than enough to put me on high alert. But when he told you to be careful while traveling, I doubt that was a simple, friendly reminder.
Just as I'm about to tell Zane about my trip, I think twice. I shake my head and smile. Maybe Carter was annoyed by how we were ignoring him. That's why he tried to scare us. Zane glances at me, a hint of amusement in his eyes. He doesn't say anything else about this topic. Three days later, Lincoln Airport. Oh, hi, Grayson. In the bustling airport lounge, Grayson is stunned. Several seconds pass before he finally blinks.
So, you're our hunter escort this time.
Pleased with Grayson's reaction, I can't help but imagine what expression Zane will have when he sees me later. I move closer to him and shake my plane ticket at him. What's that expression? Do you feel relieved or are you even more anxious?
Do you want to know the truth?
He's giving Harry Potter. I can't unsee it. While Grayson's tone sounds lighthearted and subtle tinge of concern appears on his expression.
They say the hospitals are doing an academic exchange. But in reality, we're going there to help them. Why else would they send such a large team? Or even request a hunter escort for that matter?
Having Zane fly all the way there, the situation must be pretty bad.
Actually, the main problem is with one of the patients.
Grayson lowers his voice and leans in closer.
His biopsy results show that the crystals in his heart have a certain shape and structure that's different from the ones you'd see with protocore syndrome. Also, when he was admitted to the hospital, he caused a metaflux burst.
As if I'm worried I wouldn't believe him, Grayson takes out his phone and shows me a video.
My friend who works at Chancha Hospital sent me this. All the flux stabilizers in the ER went down. It was a mess.
In the video, the sound of an alarm fills the air. The light flickers uncontrollably. Despite the shaky and blurred footage, chaotic nature of the scene is unmistakable. An abnormal heart, a sudden burst of metaflux, a picture begins to form in my mind, something strangely familiar.
Thankfully, no wanderers showed up. But it's strange considering how high the fluctuation index was.
The fluctuation index only tells us the chances of a wanderer appearing. It's not guaranteed. But given the nature of the energy fluctuation, it's weird. Not a single wanderer appeared. I watched the video again to search for anything I might have missed. Is the metaflux the result of the patient being exposed to that wanderer in the beta protocurve? Grayson, do you mind showing me the other documents related to this?
Sure. What would you like to see?
You shouldn't make assumptions when things are still uncertain.
Zany Waney. As Grayson and I lean in, a hand suddenly appears between us. Grayson is slightly nudged to the side.
Dr. Zane.
In one smooth motion, the hand takes the phone, turns off the screen, and then places it back in Grayson's hand.
Shansha Hospital was built a long time ago. It's not uncommon for their flux stabilizers to experience malfunctions. As for the patient's biopsy results, they need to be further analyzed along with other reports. It's too early to jump to any conclusions.
I lock eyes with Zane. He stands before me with one hand resting on the handle of a suitcase. Good morning, Dr. Zane. I hold up a paper bag. Do you want a black tea cake or an egg sandwich? You can only choose one.
I'll have the cake.
Of course he'll have the cake. This man's got a freaking sweet tooth.
Did you arrive at the airport early to buy breakfast?
When did I ever say that? I retrieve my suitcase from behind a chair and proudly present my ID as a hunter escort to Zane. Surprise!
Mm-hmm.
Contrary to my expectations, I see no traces of astonishment in Zane's expression. Instead, he calmly hands me a hot latte.
Have you ever thought about who approved and signed your escort application and ID request?
Aw, she tried to surprise him and he already knew. Zane does like cake. He likes sweets. He really likes macaroons. And he doesn't like carrots. The flight takes several hours. Eventually, the plane lands at Chansa Airport. Boarding the shuttle sent by Chansa Hospital, the medical team immediately heads to their destination. The chief of surgery, his hair already starting to gray, exchanges pleasantries with Zane before quickly delving into a discussion about the patient.
They're on ECMO. After the open heart surgery, adhesions began to develop. And this morning, we saw the crystals spreading. They're very close to the lungs now.
Then we'll have to perform surgery as soon as possible.
Zane quickly flips through the patient's medical records while putting marks on the paper.
Crystal extraction is already a complex procedure. Those adhesions, we're worried the patient won't be in a stable condition while under anesthesia.
Uh-oh.
This is our only option. We must perform the surgery. Let's reassess the patient's health and proceed once his physical condition allows it.
A few hours later, the surgical lights are turned on in the operating room. The rhythmic sounds of medical equipment reverberate. Led by Zane, a team of medical staff focuses on the surgery at hand. The observation room is filled with people, and their gazes are filled on the large screen. On it, a pair of hands uses a scalpel to meticulously remove tiny crystals.
Clear the view.
Oh my god, Zane in scrubs. Zane's wearing scrubs. After ensuring there is no unusual activity, I make my way back to the glass. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Dr. Zane is brave for taking on such a risky case.
Captain Willow?
We meet again.
During my previous visit to Chance's City, we worked together. After exchanging formalities, she shows me the updated data. In a matter of seconds, a record of a Wanderer's recent activities appears on my watch's built-in 3D map. It's all good, Matt. It's all good. It managed to traverse the entire city in 5 minutes. I've never seen a Wanderer move that fast before. I'm doing good. Captain Jenna said there's no clear image of the Wanderer yet. Do you have any new leads?
We did some comparisons. Aside from the protocurves not aligning, the Wanderer closely resembles Mist.
That's kind of the color I went for, Matt. But if you look at all the data, the traits this Wanderer exhibits are different from the Mist I've seen. It's blonde on top and then black underneath.
I don't know what got into it, and how it managed to hide so well.
Perhaps the ether core made it mutate or something. Suddenly, this discussion erupts next to us. It draws my and Willow's attention to the screen. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. The scale, like tiny crystals, is slowly being peeled away from the edge of the blood vessel.
Surgeons have some steady hands, huh?
That crystal. It's exactly like the ones in the monsters in the N109 zone. Zane must have noticed it too. Regaining my composure, I immediately look at him. Under the surgical cap.
We're besties.
Matt, thank you. Thank you. Happy 14 months. Let's go.
There we go.
There we go indeed.
At Drascan substreak 14 months. There we go.
He continues the procedure until the crystal is placed onto the surgical tray.
Does it look alright on the ultrasound?
I'm okay with... Yep, I'm fine. I'm so fine. Lucky, did I say hi to you? I just looked down and I realized my TikTok chat froze again. I thought I said hi. I don't know. I don't know, but hi TikTok. Hello.
Yes, it came off.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Any bleeding? No. Let's wrap it up.
I'm normal about the fact that Zane is in scrubs. Very normal. Applause erupts throughout the observation room and the relief washes over me. However, I feel a strange, unusual tremor in my chest. Something is rapidly expanding. Metaflux. The alarm from the flux stabilizers resounds throughout the entire operating room. Captain Willow and I exchange a look and immediately get to work. She starts evacuating the spectators while I run to the intercom. I don't know what this even means. I'm getting, like, spam vibes from that chat. We're just gonna ban to be safe, chat. I don't know. That was strange. Zane, a wanderer is about to appear. You need to move.
Dr. Zane, the patient's blood pressure is dropping. Increase the adrenaline to 0.1 micrograms.
The alarm becomes louder. I immediately pull out my gun and aim at the area where the energy fluctuation is peaked. The faint energy fluctuation dissipates, yet the tremors I feel in my chest show no signs of subsiding. Zane, you need to leave or else it'll be too late.
The patient's vitals are unstable. Moving them isn't feasible right now.
Through the glass, Zane looks up at me, his gaze calm as ever.
Can you suppress the accumulating metaflux with your evil?
I meet Zane's gaze that carries a subtle attempt to comfort me. My attention turns to Grayson and the others who are visibly worried. They wait for my response. I'll do my best.
Give me 5 minutes. Let's continue.
Oh, well, thank you. Using my evil and the flux stabilizers, I successfully buy the necessary time for Zane to finish suturing. When surgery ends, the metaflux suddenly dissipates, as if what happened earlier was an illusion. Other medical staff will handle the follow-up procedures. I change out of my sterile suit. Just as I'm catching my breath, Zane pulls me into the lounge where no one's around.
Give me your left hand. I'll do a quick evil examination.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I have to hold on to my headphones when my Pepsi gets too low, otherwise they fall off my head. Zane sets down a metal tray, picks up a cotton ball soaked in medicine, and begins to disinfect my hand. I said, just yes. Yes, Matt. Do with that information what you will. Yes. I'm fine. I might have overdone it, but my use of my evil is better than before.
While that is how you feel, I suggest waiting for the results and listening to what your primary care physician has to say. Also,
A cool sensation emanates from the palm of my hand as he holds my fingers. He applies patches to each one.
you should be well aware that the metaflux earlier wasn't something an ordinary wanderer could generate.
You knew since the beginning.
Don't tell me you actually believed I thought you were a hunter escort whose sole purpose is to protect us.
Of course, you and Dr. Noah have known about the existence of ether cores for a while now. Straightening my posture, I start thinking. You noticed it during the surgery, right? That crystal was very similar to the sample I gave you. I'm almost 100% sure the wanderer that attacked this patient is related to the ether core. It's possible the ether core made those monsters in the N109 zone transform into their current state.
Not necessarily.
The examination machine beeps. Zane observes the fluctuating numbers displayed on the screen as he continues to speak.
The ether core shouldn't be what's causing the mutations. Your heart's integration with one is a perfect example. Given the extent of the mutation you've described, I'm more inclined to believe that. Someone attempted to be smart, but ended up failing in the process.
Are you saying someone is responsible for the appearance of those monsters in this patient's condition?
I'm merely speculating. Don't forget, in this world, Many forces covet the Ether Core. You haven't met all of them yet.
You're right.
All is well.
The machine beeps, which indicates the end of the examination. Zane carefully removes the patches from my hand and puts them away. In the quiet room, the second hand of the wall clock moves quietly, plucking the faint light enveloping us. I can't help but yawn. You never heard of this game? It's been out since January. I love it. I've been playing it since then. But I finally am playing through the storyline on stream for you guys. I told you I was fine. If I have to say there's a problem, then I'm feeling a little tired now.
Watching the surgery must have been boring.
Not at all. It's actually my first time seeing you perform surgery. You looked cool. Taking a paper bag from the table, he settles on one side of the couch. He grabs the sandwich and pulls it apart with his clean hands.
The hospital cafeteria is closed. We'll have to make do with what's available to us.
I'm gonna use the bathroom, chat. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, that was the wrong button. My camera's like, I don't want to focus. Please. Please. Would you please focus? Come on. Perfect. There we go. It really was there for a second. While the chaos has subsided, the persistent scent of disinfectant lingers in my nostrils. While my body is tired, my mind is still excited. I decided to direct my excess energy to the surgeon himself. Weren't you listening to me before? Someone said he'll learn to accept compliments from others.
I accept your compliment.
The sandwich bread is already flat and no longer looks appetizing. With the finesse of seasoned chef, Zane lifts the bread and removes the greasy bacon. He then proceeds to discard the wilted lettuce, leaving only the ham slices, red cabbage, and shredded pork that have withstood the test of time. Today we will have a very memorable... Today will be very memorable for me. Not only did I see you perform surgery for the first time, but I also had the privilege of observing a sandwich undergo surgery. Hi, Cybertron.
I've just removed the parts that experienced excessive nutrient loss and would have impacted digestion.
Is nutrition one of the things you researched? Is there anything Dr. Zane can't do? Can't master? Thank you.
I have to admit that when it comes to accepting compliments, I'm not very good in front of you.
That's very obvious, but that's okay, Zane. We still love you. I still love you.
I suppose there's a chance for you to teach me in person.
Looking at me with a meaningful expression, Zane places the surgery-affected sandwich into my hand. He then pulls out his phone. Baffled, I lean in and watch as Zane taps on a message notification. He opens up a new medical team group chat, which was created earlier today. It's a romance fighting game with little mini games and other fun things too. It's a dating game. I love it. It's my guilty pleasure. Grayson has shared a group photo there, where the medical staff, their smiles tinged with wariness, hold glass vessels that are visibly cracked. Were these cracked by the energy I couldn't contain when I lost my target?
You overdid it, yes.
Oops. I'm so sorry.
But the medical staff said you're the most surprising hunter they've ever seen.
They don't need to go that far. Embarrassed, I sheepishly laugh. I quickly shift my attention to eliminating the sandwich. Oh my god. Before Zane can speak, his phone abruptly starts ringing.
Hello?
Upon hearing the voice on the other end, Zane freezes. Surprise appears on his face.
The patient woke up?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When Zane, Grayson, and I arrive at the entrance of the ICU, a nurse approaches us.
Do you know why he regained consciousness so quickly?
We're not sure. He shouldn't have woken up already. Look at this, Dr. Zane. All his vital signs are improving.
Zane and Grayson change into sterile suits and enter the ward. I wait outside.
Can you hear me? Do you remember where we are? Look at my finger.
I really wasn't expecting him to save the patient when they were at death's door.
What the fuck is Carter doing here? Mr. Carter?
Hello. We meet again, miss.
With the sudden appearance of Carter, I cautiously step to the side. However, he greets me with a smile. He raises both his hands.
Don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't following you. This patient happens to be an important client of Xander Sciences. After hearing about the incident, I decided to pay him a visit.
You weren't there when he was in critical condition. I don't think he's that important to you.
What do you mean?
He leans against the wall and casually looks at the glass door.
If it weren't for Xander Sciences, his fragile heart would have stopped a long time ago. What we're pursuing is far more stunning and ambitious than these petty solutions.
Is that so? Observing my indifferent reaction, Carter furrows his brow. A hint of disappointment appears on his face.
Aren't you curious about the kind of work we're doing?
I'm just curious as to why the fuck you're stalking me, buddy. I'm not. He shakes his head. His usual pretentious smile graces his face again.
It's okay. You'll be interested someday.
I'm not interested at all. Zane doesn't trust you. I don't trust you.
After all, only Xander Sciences can provide answers to the questions about your heart.
Frowning, I suppress the urge to ask more. I redirect my attention back to the ward. How does he know about her heart condition?
Hey, Dr. Zane wants you inside.
Grayson hurriedly walks out and hands me a sterile suit.
Excuse me, this is the ICU. For the patient's sake, we kindly request that unrelated individuals leave.
He is stalking. He's creepy. Not Grayson, though. Grayson is Zane's colleague. He's a good noodle. Went from, I am not a stalker, I am here for patient 2. You want me someday. I don't want him at all. Having no intention of paying any more attention to Carter, I change into the sterile suit and enter the room. The man lying down on the bed has his eyes half open. His voice is weak yet infused with tangible excitement.
I'm back. I'm back.
Hello? I am a Silas lover,
Vital signs appear to be
but
normal.
I also loved Zane
However,
before Silas
under
came into
normal
the game.
circumstances, a person wouldn't recover this quickly.
Silas has only been in the game for, I think, 3 months. Somebody probably knows exactly how long Silas has been in the game. But Zane's been in the game since I started playing back in January. As Zane talks, he directs a meaningful look at me.
More anomalies may occur. Stay on your toes.
Acknowledging his warning, I nod. I move to the bed, introduce myself, and state the purpose of my visit. I then proceed to ask questions. Davis, you said you're back. Where were you?
It trapped me. I couldn't get out.
Yeah, right now, it's only male love interest. Female, protagonist. 'Protagonist, that's the word.
It was like a nightmare. I couldn't wake up.
I'm just hoping they add some female love interest too. I could dream. I turn on my watch and pull up a picture of mist. When you say it, do you mean this?
Yes. It was that thing. It was inside of me. But it wasn't.
That was some amazing voice acting there. 10 out of 10. Suddenly, the vital sign monitor starts beeping loudly. The man on the bed begins convulsing as if something started choking him. Metaflux. Zane. I quickly pull out my gun and sense a more intense fluctuation. It surges and engulfs the entire room instantly. Grayson. Oh,
transfer the
that's
patient
Zane.
to another room and prepare for resuscitation.
Unexpectedly, a rift appears and reveals the shadowy figure of a wanderer. Moving myself to the front of the bed, I point my gun at the wanderer. However, it disappears in a blink of an eye. A second later, it materializes like a phantom in another location.
Hey, behind you.
The way Zane says hey. He did that in one of the memories that I just got, too. Evading its slash, I aim my gun at the center of the fluctuation. However, a tremor overwhelms my chest. I barely feel any pain. Only dense white fog surges before me and obscures my vision. The ward dissipates as if my surroundings are transforming into another realm. The last thing I see is Zane rushing towards me. Zane, watch out. Did we just go into... I bet I know what just happened. Uh-oh. It feels as though my body is plummeting into a thick fog. The sensation of weightlessness threatens to push my heartbeat out of my chest. Amidst the chaos, I muster all my strength to find something, anything to hold on to. After what feels like forever, my feet touch the solid ground. My surroundings become clear. Bathed in a dim, feeble light, a long corridor appears before me. Its end remains hidden in the mist. Am I at the hospital? No. I feel a faint tremor in my chest. A familiar energy fluctuation surges within the mist. It drags me somewhere. This fluctuation is from an ether core. I'm probably in the Wanderer's protofield. As I stand in the empty space, the sound of the approaching footsteps reaches my ears. Turning around, I notice a dark figure. Zane? An onslaught of sharp ice crystals materializes around me. They're ready to pierce my heart. The ground beneath me disappears, and I find myself falling into a sense of weightlessness again. As I float into the void, blurred lights and sounds rush past me like an avalanche. Within the boundless darkness, it's as if a pair of hands is gently lifting my tired soul. You guys are now caught up with, like, where I was. Because I basically played through the whole story. There are YouTube videos posted. The VODs are also still up, too, I think. But if the VODs aren't up, they are going to be on YouTube. So if you guys want to go back and watch the YouTube videos, they'll be there. That's Dawnbreaker, Zane. I know that's Dawnbreaker. I'm gonna try my best to keep it together, chat. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I struggle to open my eyes. After feeling my steady heartbeat for several seconds, I sit up on the bed. I'm gonna cry.
You're awake.
Zane, no! By the floor-to-ceiling window stands a figure wearing black clothing. He turns around. Behind him are dilapidated buildings and sunset's tender light. Zane? The figure takes another step, his appearance nearly overlapping with the dark figure I had seen before. I move back.
How are you feeling?
After hesitating for a moment, I reach out and touch his cheek. I trace his eyebrows and the contours of his face. I recognize the features I know so well. In this silence, he remains motionless. He just looks at me. I'm fine. I think I just had a dream. Perhaps it's the influence of the protofield that caused me to have those strange illusions. Shaking my head to clear my thoughts, I shift my focus to the room. The cracked grayish white walls enclose a space where a sofa, holographic screen, refrigerator, and various functional home appliances exist in close proximity. It looks like the home of someone who struggles with living a normal life.
Do you remember what happened in the ward?
Wonder that suddenly appeared in the tremor of my heart, and Zane running towards me. Memories gradually find their way back to my mind. I'm not getting emotional. Stop. Are we still in the Wanderer's protofield?
Yes.
Following Zane's gaze, I get up from the bed and join him in looking out the window. As the final remnants of twilight vanish, the city stands before us under a light blue sky. Its desolation is evident. This place is a rustled skeleton of its former self. And although it's faint, the energy fluctuations around us are similar to an ether core's. This wondrous protocore must possess an ether core's energy. But in my dream, it's as if the chill from those ice crystals still lingers in the air. I grip my arms more tightly. Oh no. I can, if you guys want like an upcoming stream, I can read Zane's Antidote, which is basically what this storyline is based off of. I'm not going to do it in this one because we've already started the stream and everything, and it would probably take me a little bit to go through it. But, yeah, because I'm sure you guys are confused. Because that looks like Zane. It does look like him. But I know that it's not. It's as if the chill from those ice crystals still lingers in the air. I grip my arms more tightly.
You're awake now. Remember that whatever you dreamt about was only a dream.
A blanket is draped over my shoulders. I reach out, but he walks away before I can touch him. Zane opens the refrigerator, revealing a collection of peculiar bottles with mysterious liquids and a jar half filled with chocolate. After opening the jar, he offers a few pieces to me, their packaging unexpectedly fancy. I'm not hungry.
According to my perception of time, you've been unconscious for 2 days.
What? 2 days?
If you don't eat or drink something, I'm afraid you won't have the energy to find the Wanderer.
The scent of chocolate saturates the air and ignites my appetite. I'm not gonna say anything. Like I said, maybe I'll do like a YouTube video where I read the antidotes, like what I did when I read Michaela's lore. I'll probably do that. That sounds a little bit easier. What if the Wanderer launches a surprise attack while we're resting? Despite my wards, Despite my words, I find myself sinking into the worn-out couch. I unwrap the chocolates with Zane. I look up and my gaze falls upon a bit of a vibrant green pot on the desk. It's a flower pot with a jasmine in it. It sticks out like a sore thumb in this desolate world. While the branches and leaves retain their green hue, the stem has already started to wither. Is it normal to see jasmines in a wanderer's protofield?
What are you implying?
The patient who was attacked by the wanderers fell into a nightmare. They were trapped in their own dream. In other words, the environment we're currently seeing in this protofield must also be a manifestation of someone's dream. And I don't remember ever seeing anything here. This is your dream. So this is your dream.
Are there any comments you'd like to make about it?
Even in a world as broken as this, chocolate still exists. I expected nothing less from you.
Shouldn't you be saying something like, "Thank goodness it's Zane's dream. We can still eat chocolate."
Zane, who's wearing nothing but black clothes, appears somewhat strange. Maybe this is how he sees himself in his dreams.
I have dreamt of this place. However, the jasmine hasn't wilted yet, and the world itself isn't in such a dilapidated state.
Is this the nightmare you've been having then? Zane is quiet for a while before responding in a soft voice.
Yes.
Don't be scared. Dreams are the opposite of reality. I offered the unwrapped chocolates to his lips. Try it. Who knows? Maybe the chocolate in your nightmares doesn't even taste like chocolate. He lowers his head and eats the chocolate.
It's carrot flavored.
It's carrot flavored? Oh no. Oh no! Liar. He looks out the window again where the silhouette of a bird flies across the darkening sky.
Since dreams are the opposite of reality, perhaps I'm not a doctor in this one.
Everything is a hazy blur in dreams. Yet Zane's dream, the flowers, trees, streets, and shops appear with remarkable clarity. I can't help but wonder how long this dream has haunted him, insistently replaying itself to the point where every detail is fleshed out.
While it resembles my dreamscape, I can tell it's a protofield. Over there.
He guides me to the entrance of a narrow alley. The road ahead is covered in thick fog. It's as if we've reached the edge of the dream itself. You're fine, Duke. From the fog, a cluster of black crystals has emerged. It blooms like a flower, and it's as tall as a 3-story building. It blocks the path. A protocore cluster?
It regenerates very quickly after it's broken. I'd say it's as good as new within a few seconds. Yes, I tried destroying it before you woke up.
As I recall my past battles, a hypothesis forms in my head. I think I know what's going on here. There must be another protocore cluster in this protofield, and they provide energy to each other. We need to destroy both of them to leave this protofield.
Eating sweets certainly makes one smarter.
Thank you for the compliment. I gesture towards him. Though I'm only slightly smarter than you. Chuckling, Zane pulls down my hand. Since this is your dream, do you think you know where the other protocore cluster is?
When you're in a proto-field, using evol in a scientific matter is more effective than dreaming.
The protofield is practically drenched in erratic energy fluctuations, yet amidst the entanglement of protocurves, I detect one that stands out. I open my eyes and point in a direction. From what I've sensed, the second protocore cluster should be on the other side of that protofield. Similar energy fluctuations appear from another direction. I look at Zane. Which one would you like to pick? Zane looks into the distance. I don't know if I imagine it or not, but some sort of emotion stirred in his eyes.
The one that's farthest away.
The far end of the city is cloaked in black mist, resembling the gaping maw of a beast hidden in the shadows. Nope, I want that one. I understand this is your dream, so you're going to know where the dangers are. But are you going to face them alone again?
This is my dream. I can get to my destination faster than you.
But your dream isn't exactly being nice to you right now. Maybe the more you try to use it, the more it'll use you instead. Let me go instead.
You.
Don't push yourself when you're in trouble. I've got your back. That's a tip from your hunter escort. Smiling, I take a step and pat his back. Without waiting for Zane to respond, I wave and start walking.
Don't push yourself. That's a tip from your primary care physician.
Behind me, I hear a soft sigh followed by Zane's words that are tinged with worry. Turning around, I catch a glimpse of him standing in the shadows. He's far away now, so I can't clearly see his expression. I press my lips into a thin line and nod. Regardless of whether it's him or me, we know we'll always support each other. As the girl walks away, her figure disappearing from the fork in the road, Zane turns his gaze towards the alley's depths. Within the thick fog, a broken streetlight flickers intermittently. He raises his hand. Parts of the mist detach themselves from the air, spiraling, condensing. They coalesce into icicles above his palm. Dark impurities silently emerge from within them, but they stop spreading just as they're about to breach the outermost layer of the white crystals. As if a looming black hole threatens to consume everything pure and white, yet a thin, unwavering layer of pristine ice remains resolute in being the last line of defense. Have a good night, Lucky. Sleep well. Shadows stretch, and in the boundless fog ahead, Protocore Cluster awaits its arrival like a slumbering wanderer. Within the mist, a cold wind materializes. Aggressive figures sluggishly stir. The ice crystals in his palm slice the air and seemingly hit nothing, but the Protocore Cluster shimmers for a fleeting moment. As more wanderers emerge, their roars resound and their figures phase in and out. The ice crystals solidify into sharp blades. Zane delivers his attack with decisive precision. Blades of ice tear through the darkness, and pungent scent permeates the air. The ground beneath his feet slowly transforms, turns soft and slimy like sludge, stubbornly clinging to his legs. Dazed, Zane looks down, peering through the mist and layers of unclear ice. His gaze falls onto his palm.
Zane!
Oh no. A bloody hue taints his hand, an eerie shadow cast over his senses. He's momentarily transported back to that bone-chilling nightmare. Zane is shocked. He looks up and knows who's standing before him, the tension palpable gripping him.
William?
It's too late. Please.
In the howling, icy wind, Zane hears heavy breaths. Once again, he's returned to the endless, snow-covered expanse of Mount Eternal. Bloody tears stream down from William's empty eye sockets, then an array of faces emerges from the cluster's projection.
Aren't you going to celebrate my birthday with me? Why did you kill me?
Ugh!
Aren't you a doctor? You should have saved me! Why didn't you save me and my child?
Zane, please. Kill me.
I'm not okay! He's suffocating, he's trapped, his head is spinning. Zane notices his fingers are trembling uncontrollably. He blah 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 blah. He staggers back only to trip over something again.
It's just an illusion. It's not real. It's not.
More and more hands stretch out towards him. They're frozen. The space around him shatters and distorts into mirrors. They reflect his bloodshot eyes. They reflect his hands are clenched so tightly that his veins bulge. A black icicle suddenly pierces through the mirror and shatters part of the protocore cluster. The protocore cluster doesn't regenerate. It resembles a cliff teetering on the edge, ready to collapse in on itself.
She made it.
As the mirror shards dissolve into black mist, the cold light intensifies and casts an internal glow. Ethereal glow. Determined, Zane thrusts an ice blade towards the human figure. Also, thank you for the follow. It's getting good. It's not getting good, but it's getting good. Zane. The ice blade stops as Zane's pupils contract. It's her. But she can't possibly be here. They're your patients. How could you? Am I next? You'll kill me, right? No, you're not, Zane. Who are you? It's a face he knows so well in his unspeakable nightmare. Her expression is filled with disbelief and pain. Yes, it's her. Zane, kill me. Black ice flowers bloom from her chest. Their petals unfurling. She's as light as a piece of paper separated from life's weight, yet she falls almost with a thud in his stiff embrace. Buzzing engulfs Zane's ears. He's once again pulled into the depths of a never-ending nightmare. While he knows it's an illusion, he can't break free. At that moment, the cracked protocore clusters pulsates with blood-red light. The air trembles around it. The massive shadow before him breaks along with the other protocore cluster. The illusion in his arms changes again, but he doesn't look up. He only clenches his fist.
It's time to end this.
A cold gleam flickers and pure black ice crystals surge beneath him. They freeze every figure that lurks within the shadows. The darkness is suppressed and his surroundings change. It's foggy. A blurry figure gradually emerges from the cracks in his space. Zane conjures black ice and takes aim. However, his body becomes immobile as he's frozen in place.
You shouldn't throw yourself into danger just for her.
I'm just over here struggling to talk. I apologize.
Oh.
His entire body becomes encased in ice. Black crystals pierce his chest and spread to his fingers. The intense pain leaves Zane's back drenched in sweat. He's unable to control his body as he collapses. His heart races in fear as he hears that cold voice.
Seek your destiny. Only then can you be redeemed.
Astra. Have a good night, Duke. I'm gonna be right back, Chet. I gotta use the bathroom. And boom, I'm back again. As the protocore cluster shatters, a distant tremor ripples through the air. The space around me transforms into mist and moonlight shines down. Then the fog dissipates. I can feel the ground beneath my feet. I cautiously assess my surroundings and see that I'm in a garden back at the hospital. Something's not right. This is Lincoln's Axo Hospital, but we should be in Chansa. My heartbeat quickens, and a sense of foreboding washes over me. Holding my gun, I push open the door that leads to the hospital. Behind the door, a white mist emerges. Thank you, Matt. When it cleared, I noticed I was back at Zane's place. By the couch, someone was lying on the floor with their back to me. Zane.
Be careful. We haven't escaped this dream. There are 2 layers, and the Wanderer is still here.
I rush over to Zane and help him up. He weakly presses his hand against his left shoulder. His expression alone shows how much he's in pain. The ice. Zane clenches his hand and moves away from my hand.
The ice. It's dangerous. Don't touch.
It's too dangerous. Oh, we got voice lines. Never mind.
It's too dangerous. I won't be able to control.
Oh, I have this memory? No. A sudden voice in my head gave me a pause. Despite the warning, I leaned in to inspect Zane's injury, feeling my heart sink with each passing moment. There are no visible external injuries on his body, yet a blackened ice spreads across his wrist and neck. It doesn't seem like it'll disappear anytime soon. The story's really good, Matt. I think anybody could play the story. It's amazing. I don't think you're just losing control of your evil. Let me see if I can help.
Don't worry. I'm fine. It was just...
No, Zane! It doesn't look like you're fine. It starts to melt. Since my method's sigh, I can't read it fast enough.
Don't waste your time on me. We can still go after.
Focus on taking care of yourself first. From now on, you listen to me. It doesn't matter if it's related. I don't know what she said. There's no use resisting. If I were you, I'd just listen along. I'll help you suppress your evil first.
My left shoulder, a little lower.
I hope that MC gets voice lines for this part because it's going so fast I can't read what she's saying. You might be more familiar with what happens in dreams.
I would hope so. I know how this nightmare ends. Wanderers aren't the only threat here. When push comes to shove, leaving me behind might be for the best.
You know she ain't gonna leave you behind. I always keep my word. What else do you need me to do?
If I do something that ends up hurting you, don't go easy on me.
You wish. Didn't you agree that you'll do whatever I say? Here's my first order. You're not allowed to talk like that anymore.
What happened?
Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. Oh.
Letting you step into this nightmare, perhaps, was another mistake. But at least I have one last choice.
Zed. What did you do while I was unconscious? Is this why you're losing control of your evil? This man. His silence confirms my suspicions. I lower my head, and my hands that rest on his tighten. Before the worry and guilt in my heart coalesce into coherent words, they disappear because of Zade's presence. He lowers his head, and his chin rests on the top of my head.
You're my hunter escort, correct? Protecting you was protecting myself. And after subjecting you to a distressing dream, ensuring you can leave safely is the least I should do.
Why are you making it sound like you dragged me through hell and back? Your dream didn't hurt me. The mist is exploiting it.
What if the Wanderer wasn't the only source of danger? You've seen how bleak and oppressive this dream is. As you said, it's not exactly being nice to me. Perhaps the dream itself is the real threat here.
Zane talks slower, enunciating each word with a gentle tone. It's as if he's trying to calm his simmering It's as if he's trying to calm his simmering inner turmoil. I realized something. After we entered the protofield that's based off of Zane's dream, he's been acting more hesitant. Could it be? Zane, this nightmare is more than just a dream to you, right? I sense his hand suddenly move, a testament to its master's emotions that are always restrained.
A dream remains a dream so long as you wake up from it. But when that day comes, when I can't wake up.
Are you worried you'll be trapped in your dreams, or that your dreams will encroach on reality? If that day ever comes. Oh! I'll find you in your dream. Even if the world falls into chaos and everything turns upside down, I'll never forget who I am, and I won't forget who you are. By then, I'll find you in your dreams, the real you. The resonance light quietly flows from my fingers as I make a not-so-solemn promise in a calm voice. Zane's breath hitches, as if it's suspended in the air for a while. Then he exhales, his breath carrying the weight of an unspoken sentiment. If all else fails, I'll bury you in the body of a snowman. You'll be a super big snowman.
What?
I close my eyes and banish the myriad of questions and worries from my mind. If you can't deal with it by yourself, then we'll face it together. I'm the best there is, so I'm sure I can lend a hand.
I see your problem-solving skills are more on the straightforward, brutal side. Should we consider this a side effect of you becoming stronger?
It's called having the freedom that comes with power. All the black ice has disappeared. How are you feeling? Does it still hurt? I look up and meet Zane's gaze. It seems like he's been observing me for a while.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Don't. Just as I'm about to tell Zane not to lie again, he turns over my hand. A sliver of glimmering, icy light appears in my palm. He takes back his hand, and two chubby little ice seals tumble into my hand.
You get two. As an escort, you are very professional while on the job. This is your reward, since I have nothing else to give you. Do you trust me now?
From where I am, light and shadows dance upon his features. They accentuate the mirth in his eyes. You keep telling me not to push myself, but you also need to stop disregarding your safety. He nods. I clench my hand and reach out to him. I help him stand on his feet as I get up. I don't know why it froze for a second. Sorry, chat. You said this dream has 2 layers. Are we in the outer one now? Ugh. Are we in the outer one because we broke the inner layer? Zane doesn't refute my statement. He turns around and walks ahead to open the door. We step out to be greeted by the night breeze. We retrace our steps through the corridor and return to the hospital garden, which feels familiar yet strange.
A mutated wanderer's protofield defies normal logic. It could be hiding anywhere.
Outside the hospital, skyscrapers rise like towering concrete trees in a forest. Meanwhile, the rest of the city stands in eerie silence. I can use my eval to return the protofield to its original state.
Negative consequences born from mistakes don't need to be fixed.
The sky swiftly darkens as if it's time. Oh my goodness. The sky swiftly darkens as if time itself has been accelerated.
We have no choice but to destroy this place.
Wait, you're evil. We'll do it together.
Are you ready?
Black snowflakes drift from our interlocked fingers. The night wind momentarily suspends before swirling into a frenzied flurry once more. Underneath our feet, a vast expanse of ice crystals blossoms. The ground, the buildings, and even the particles floating in the air were all ensnared in the swift spread of the chilling night, wrapped in its icy embrace. In an instant, the entire world froze into a black amber. A rift violently tears through the fabric of this space. The Wanderer can't hide anymore. It screeches and reveals its true form. There it is. Let's go. Zane's coat flutters wildly in the wind. Amidst the nightmarish darkness, an icy glimmer materializes in his hand.
Let's end this before the breaking dawn arrives.
Oh boy, we're gaming. We are gaming.
This might be a long night.
This is dangerous. Look after yourself. It's your turn.
No problem.
Watch where
Oh,
it's
we
going.
lagging.
Victory is within reach.
That was fast.
So were you.
Keep your distance.
I'm kind of
or else you'll get
bummed.
hurt.
I've spent so much time
falling
leveling
apart.
cards that it gives you cards to just use.
Keep your distance from
Stay where I can see you.
Go back to the pit you
with
came
our combined strength.
They win this,
Here
though.
we go.
Sorry, the quality's not
My
the best, chat. I have to use Let's View.
Zane.
Stay
I'm
safe.
streaming this off my
Don't get
phone.
distracted.
And you only have like a
Don't let your guard down.
free trial.
Proceed with caution.
Watch out.
I'm okay.
It's your turn. It is weak.
And it's
Now's
like
our
temporary HDMI. Yeah, I don't have the free
Struggling
trial
is
anymore.
futile.
Seize this chance.
Yeah.
I'll send it on a journey.
It's final journey.
I don't want to pay for it yet, though, because I'm trying it out. So.
Be ready for its next move.
Ooh, ooh, owie. Oh my goodness. She's jumping all over the place.
No problem. Not even a
It's okay, though. They won. We got diamonds. Oh my god. And we 3-starred that. Let's go. Once the final blow is dealt to the Wanderer, an intense tremor surges from the depths of my heart. But the resonance is unmistakably this time. It's akin to gentle waves brimming with power. A light, warm glow gently descends into my palm. How are you doing, Lore Seeker? Is this chance a hospital? The breaking dawn's light streams in through the window. In the silent corridor, the air carries a faint scent of a disinfectant. Have we returned, Zane?
I'm here.
Oh, thank God. As my hand is tenderly squeezed, I turn my head. Zane is next to me. Wait, I need to double check. Are we still at the protofield or are we in reality? I turn around first. Or turn around first. And turn back now? Though his expression has a bit of helplessness, Zane still complies. That's good.
Are you double-checking or making me play a game of turnaround?
I'm confirming that Dr. Zane is the person with me right now. A burst of laughter erupts from deep within me, but in the very second I collapse onto the ground, his arms immediately extend to steady me.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I reach out, but stop once I realize I'm holding something. I open my hand to see a protocore fragment. It emits a faint green glow. A fragment of the ether core. At least our effort wasn't for nothing.
You're back.
Dr. Zane.
Captain Willow and the others rush over from the opposite end of the corridor. Their expression reflect a mixture of relief, joy, and concern.
Are you two okay? You're not hurt, are you? It's been 3 whole days since you were trapped in that Wanderer's proto field. Everyone's been worried sick.
I love this game. I love this game so much. I too play this game religiously. I have like 260 days in the game now. From Captain Willow, I learned that exactly 3 days have passed since we entered the peculiar protofield. The patient has been relocated to a secure ward and is now out of danger following recitation. During the time, the entire hospital was being protected by Kansas City's hunters who carried out a thorough investigation.
By the way, we discovered a strange device while investigating the ICU.
Speaking in a quieter tone, she gives me a sealed, transparent bag.
We found it hidden inside a flux stabilizer that was sitting in a corner. Almost went unnoticed.
This is the only mobile game I play, too. I don't play anything else. I used to play a lot more, but yeah, I just love this one. I love Silas, too. I have him right here on the shelf. Yeah. Silas is my fave, and then Zane's my other fave.
Ever since that incident happened in the ER, the hospital's flux stabilizers have been examined or replaced.
So only recently did someone tamper with one of them? I take a sealed bag and show a grateful smile. I'll ask the association to conduct an investigation. Hers is Silas and then Raphael. Nice. Nice, nice. I open the door to Zane's home. It's quiet. Zane? Is he sleeping? He is. He's a eepy boy. I tiptoe into the living room. Zane is peacefully sleeping on the couch. That's so good to see. This poor man suffers from so many nightmares. The curtains gently flutter in the warm breeze. Light and shadows glide from his nose to his chin. I cannot talk. Is he sleeping or... I'm pretty sure he's sleeping. Why are we waking him? I move closer and place my hand over his chest. Phew, he's just sleeping. He must be exhausted. I just got jump scared by him snoring. Approaching Zane, I kneel down to be at eye level with him. I carefully cover him with a blanket that was draped on the couch. The tension on Zane's furrowed brow dissipates. His breathing is steady and his expression is serene and relaxed. I look at his face, the thoughts in my mind racing as I reflect on the whirlwind of events that have unfolded recently. You can finally rest. My watch vibrates. I leave the living room and answer Simone's call.
The preliminary analysis results are out for the thing you brought back.
Oh? Tell me.
It has an intricate structure. Took me a while to disassemble it. I found a radio frequency chip that resonates with metaflux fluctuations. Basically, it's an energy transmitter. It can locate protocors and even attract wanderers via fluctuations.
A wanderer attracting transmitter. As I recall what had happened, one figure stands out as the most suspicious. Carter. He just showed up before and after the patient displayed abnormalities. I share my suspicion with Simone. She then poses her own questions.
The complexity of this small device is far beyond his understanding, and even Xander Sciences. It exhibits highly advanced protocore technology. Xander Sciences is a medical institution. There's no way they could possess protocore tech that rivals the association, right?
So what are you thinking?
After the founder of Xander Sciences, Raymond, passed away, the company's future was uncertain. Only recently was it acquired by a well-known group. Its biggest shareholder right now should be Ever.
Ever has been Ever's been mentioned twice now. Silas mentioned Ever too. It's at that moment. The fragmented pieces of information in my mind gradually lock into place and form a cohesive image. Carter mentioned the patient at Chansa Hospital had been undergoing long-term treatment at Xander Sciences. Raymond, the founder of Xander Sciences, was in a similar situation. The peculiar crystals in the operating room and the monsters in the N109 zone come from the same source. That means Ever is creating monsters. Once again, Zane finds himself chasing after that familiar figure. Under radiant sunlight, cicadas chirp in the background while the pristine azure sky stretches as far as the eye can see. The sun sits on the edge of the city's high-rise buildings. The girl turns to him. She smiles. At least he caught up to her.
Finally.
He holds out his hand to the girl, and she firmly grasps it. Yet the two find themselves tumbling back into the seemingly endless corridor. Black crystals emerge from his palm. They encroach on the girl's forearm. Sunlight is engulfed by darkness once more. That was pretty good. We don't know when the next part's coming. They haven't said anything. But that's as far as we've gotten now, chat. It's not available yet, so. I think the next two parts, this one is probably going to be either Raphael, and then this one might be Xavier, or it could flip-flop. Xavier could be next, Raphael could be after that. I don't know. Based off of what Raphael did back in this chapter with the very last chapter, I kind of think that we're going to see Raphael before. Well, I feel like we're going to see Raphael last. We'll see Xavier next. That's my prediction. I don't know for sure. But that is Love and Deep Space, chat, for now. The main story, at least. It is almost 1 in the morning. I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Tomorrow we will probably be back on our multiplayer game. Don't you talk, I'm talking to chat. You behave. We'll probably be back on our multiplayer game nonsense. I don't know what the plan is. Probably Dead by Daylight, then League or something. Dead by Daylight is working again. I got it fixed. Everything's good. The friends helped me fix my computer. But Medi did yell at me and told me to get an Ethernet cable, but I gotta get this goal over here. We've got to get closer there.
With the sunrise makes the sunlight bearable.
Before I could even do that. League is so good. I'm planning on trying to cosplay Jinx by November. That is my goal, at least. We've got her in my throne wish list. If you guys want to take a look and maybe help me get my cosplay, I would appreciate that a whole lot. Also, thank you all for hanging out. This has been fun. I'm glad that you enjoyed watching me
for the rest of the
play my favorite game. I'm sorry, Silas is talking. Here, we'll just... Oh god, it would have been really awkward if he would have been shirtless because I was taking pictures earlier today. There. And you can see how goofy they are. Anyways, I'm gonna raid. We shall raid. Let me see. I don't know who's live. I need to find more Love and Deep Space girlies that like play this game. Let's see. I'm the only person streaming it right now. Fun. Wonderful. Okay. Well. I think I'm going to send you guys to Alpha. She's playing Zoocosis. So if you want to watch a scary game, there you go, chat. I know this game is scary. I'll probably be hanging out in her comments section more than anything. Because I'm a chicken. I can't. But it is October 5th. We gotta, you know, do the scary game tradition here. Hello, computer? There you go. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow, chat. We will be back on Dead by Daylight and probably League of Legends and our usual bullshit. Have a wonderful night. Stay hydrated. I love you all. Peace.